everyone. I'm HearMeowt. Welcome to my channel. The full 2010 parole hearing for Diane Downs was released to the internet this week. We previously reviewed the 20 minutes that had been available for years. Now we've got the full 2 hours of it. And if you remember in the 2020 parole hearing, Diane told us the transcript of this hearing does not exist and cannot be found. You might also remember that she stated the parole board members all confessed to believing her story and knowing she was telling the truth all along. I wonder if that's what we'll hear. Personally, I'm just looking forward to hearing about more FBI Abe guys. Now, if you don't know who Diane Downs is, there's a short summary of her background in the description below. Basically, she shot her 3 children in 1983, blamed it on a stranger in the road, and was convicted and sent to prison for life, where she had spent the last 41 years. This 2010 parole hearing was her second attempt at the impossible, after her first failed parole hearing in 2008. Now, before we begin, for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, this is a commentary channel, meaning I am going to be pausing and talking along with my co-hosts. This commentary is meant to elicit both laughter and examination of the biggest morons to have ever attempted dumb criminal activities. So please, don't take anything I say too seriously, because this is meant to be fun. Make sure to check out the many playlists of the different subjects we've covered so far, such as Sarah Boone, Lauren Armstrong, Rob Tellis, Diane Downs, and most recently, Brian Walsh. If you like what you see here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Hello to everyone who's here with us live in chat, and hello to the replay crew. Make sure to leave your comments, as I love reading them. And don't forget to hit that like button, or else, well, I don't even need to say what would happen, do I? All right, let's go. Everyone, sorry for the 5-minute delay. Had to reset the router after StreamYard was giving me issues. So let's bring up our co-hosts here. Hello, Suma. Hello, Derek.
Hello.
Good, and you?
Let me switch the layout because it's doing it. The problem was it's doing this thing where it says, "Oh, you have too many assets."
Where did he go now?
I'm here. I just switch it back to you and
bragging about having too many assets.
Then you remove some, which should decrease the number, and it doesn't fix it. So it's like this one's locked now. I have to create another one at some point. But anyway, yes, 2010 Diane Downs parole hearing. I know you both have listened to it, I think, or Suma. I'm not sure if you have.
I don't think I have. I did want to tell you that I streamed it. I just streamed it to my channel also, I think.
Oh, simulcast. Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Just so
well, welcome everyone from Suma's channel as well.
I don't think anyone's here yet because I just did it. Maybe they'll know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even get a notification. Oh, now I did.
Okay.
For those of you who are here, remember, click on Suma and Derek. They should be tagged in the description of the video. I'm not sure. I don't know. I kind of had to set them both up at the same time.
Derek reads Lauren's book so well that it sounds like he's a good writer.
He reads erotic fan fiction.
I do. I try.
Who doesn't?
Welcome, Jennifer Reed.
That's pretty awesome.
I think my favorite part of this is how she begins by saying she's not going to participate. Then we get 2 hours of her talking.
2 hours later.
Yeah, there are kookaloos in this, but let's go ahead and get it started here.
HearMeowt.
Oops, that's not the right one. It's all professional here, folks. All professional. Here we go.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm looking about the room where I'm looking. I usually look around to see get a signal from one of our staff people that were on and recording, and now I've gotten it. So, welcome, everyone. Ms. Downs, can you hear and see us okay?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I can hear and see you as well. So good morning.
Once again, this comes from Diane Downs TV. Link is in the description of the video as well.
Awesome channel.
Dropping new stuff All the time.
Welcome everyone who's here to this this session of the Board of Parole and Post-Prison Supervision. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aaron Felton. I'm chairperson of the board. I'm going to be the lead questioner in the hearing today. Also with me to my immediate left is board member Candace Wheeler.
Good morning, Ms. Downs.
And also is board vice chair Darcy Baker to her immediate left.
Good morning, Ms. Downs.
Morning.
And let me ask you, are you Elizabeth Diane Downs?
I am.
Is your
It's SID number 6546106.
Very good. You read my mind, ma'am. Thank you very much. That was my immediate next question. And just to let you know who else is here, ma'am, we are joined by board staff. Who else is in the room? Board staff are here. Department of Corrections staff are here. Representative of the Oregon State Police are here. We are here at Chemeketa Community College, and also representatives of the college are here. Members of the public are in attendance today. Also members of the media. I would note as well that Paul Graebner of the Lane County District Attorney's Office is also present. And I also note for the record that Mr. Graebner sent in a letter on behalf of the victims in this matter. Ma'am, before we go any further, I would like to note that this is the time for your parole consideration hearing, which is a hearing to decide whether you are dangerous, not dangerous, or that you remain dangerous, but can be adequately controlled with supervision and treatment. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
We've also received a letter from you indicating that you did not wish to participate in today's hearing. And you've also, the California...
This guy's the new guy on the parole board hearing, right? Or on the panel. He wasn't there in 2008. And so can you imagine being him? Just, you draw a card like Diane Downs, you're pumped all week, and then you get a letter saying she's not going to participate, and you're like, that's why I do this job.
Why get up in the morning?
Why get up in the morning anymore at this point?
California authorities, prison authorities have brought you today to participate in the hearing to the limited extent to ask you again. And I'd like to ask you, would you like to participate in today's hearing?
No, I would not.
Okay. I'd like to explain to you the consequences of that decision. The board is going to hold this hearing, and the board is going to make a decision. The board, therefore, if you do not wish to participate in this hearing, is going to make a decision based on the record before us. And the record before us consists of the written documents containing the parole packet, which we sent to you. Let me ask you, did you receive that packet more than 14 days ago?
And the written record does not bode well for you, Diane. Neither does your testimony either, for that matter, but...
Yes, I did. In fact, it was 15 days ago. Yes.
Thank you for clarifying, ma'am. Consequently, the decision that we make will not involve your participation. And I'd urge you to consider that, because the board takes very seriously and finds very meaningful and helpful the verbal conversation that we have with offenders during these proceedings. So are you absolutely sure you do not wish to participate in today's hearing?
Let me ask you if you feel that there will be more that you can learn today than you learned 2 years ago.
So she's already setting it up as it's their fault. Like, what's the point in talking to you? I told you everything. You didn't understand
Holding
it.
a grudge. She's not participating. She's like giving them, basically she's giving them the cold shoulder.
Yeah.
Because that's how this is supposed to work.
Mm-hmm. Now, you convinced me to participate.
You should only be so lucky as to hear Diane speak.
Beg.
Ma'am.
And I'm not being... You're a new parole board member, and so maybe you have different questions, but I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but I don't know what can have changed in the past 2 years that wasn't covered 2 years ago.
Well, ma'am, I am
means either.
No.
The new member of the board, so obviously my questions would be different than the other members of the board, and I do not take your questions as sarcastic or in any way inappropriate. So
because it wasn't sarcasm.
Yeah, that's correct. She's done that before. She uses the word sarcasm when she means impolite and stupid.
Got it.
Simply cannot say, and so I do not know what would happen in our conversation. I can only say that the interview that happens between the offender and the board members is an important part of the overall component to our decision. It is one of many factors we take into account.
All right. I will stay and we will converse.
All right.
No kidding.
Yes.
Let's do
Are
this.
you guys busy?
Oh, Kim.
Sorry, guys.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what I would like to, Ms. Downs.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine.
Some of the staff have things they had to do. They weren't expecting me to stay, so they're kind of jiggling around.
Okay.
We're good now. Thank you.
That's okay. Are you prepared to go forward then?
I didn't bring anything. There's really nothing for me. My position
Didn't you bring the truth, Diane? Yes.
is ORS 161.72.
Oh, sorry, I stepped on it. This is an interesting part here.
My position is ORS 161.725 is the only thing that holds me past January 9th of 2002.
So she's saying that the only thing that holds her past 2002 when she should have gotten out for some reason, which doesn't make sense, is this Oregon revised statute code 166 or 161.275. So I looked that up. Let me just ask you, what was Diane's conviction like? What they determine in the trial? This isn't a trick question. It's a very easy question.
A murderer.
That she's guilty, right?
Correct.
It was just guilty. They rejected the insanity plea, right?
Yeah.
And said, you're just going to prison. Because what happens if you're found guilty but by reason of insanity? You usually go to a hospital.
Yeah.
So ORS 161 governs guilty except for insanity. So basically you're found guilty but you're insane.
Right.
Under Oregon law, a person must be found guilty except for insanity if at the time of the offense they are blah, 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 blah. All the stuff. It's not an acquittal. It's not a normal guilty verdict. But she's not guilty except for insanity. She's just guilty.
Yeah. She's not
And
found not guilty because however they word it. It's not that. That's a tough one to do, too. They rarely give that.
if a defendant is found GEI, the court must commit them to the jurisdiction of the Psychiatric Security Review Board. The commitment for a period equal to the maximum sentence they could have received if convicted normally. The court does not impose a prison sentence at this stage. And then it's not the parole board, it's the Psychiatric Security Review Board instead of the parole board. So this does not apply to Diane at all.
No.
Yeah. But I think what she's doing is she's looking at this, like the subsections, and thinking, oh, this is me. Public safety is the priority, is what it says under there. ORS 161.725 emphasizes that the person remains under jurisdiction as long as they present a substantial danger to others. So I'm no longer a danger unless you keep thinking I am. And once I'm not a danger, then I can get out. And then she cites another one. Oh, go ahead.
To assert that you're no longer a danger means you have to admit that at one point you were, and that's never going to happen.
Right.
Well, she
was a careless woman. Remember, she was careless.
Starts these off by saying, or she's about to say, you know, she did not kill Cheryl.
Exactly.
She did not shoot her kids. This did not happen.
Well, now you just spoil it for everyone. People were thinking she was actually going to confess, Derek.
That's right. I mean, she's guilty of a lot of things, and most of them are good things, like loving too much and loving her kids too much, and just young
caring too much. And she admits she was careless what's the word, naive
Yeah.
to believe that she could go out at night and be safe.
Yeah.
That's what she's guilty of.
What she was naive about is thinking she could go out at night, shoot all of her kids in the head, and get away with it.
And nobody would notice.
Right.
Well, if she wasn't as naive now, she says she wouldn't do that. You know, right. So that at least there's some. Wait, you're not gonna look at anything in terms of improvement?
No,
come on.
You're right.
Okay, here we go. Oops.
And therefore, only ORS 144.228 has the power to retain or release me.
No, not at all. Because what do you think 144.228 deals with?
Insanity.
It doesn't. What it doesn't deal with is 161.
What?
Like it expressly does. It's not part of that. So ORS 144.28 is basically talking about, post prison supervision. And what I'll save you all the reading. What it says is there's a mandate. Like you can't. Let's say there was a murderer in there, right? And then the parole board is like, yeah, well, we can let you go. Now we don't need to monitor you. It's by law, certain crimes you have to be on supervised parole. You can't just be trusted on your own. For example, sex offender registry. That's an easy one to understand right there. They're on there for life. They have to be supervised, and by law, it's required. Also, it only applies to felonies committed on or after November 1st, 1989. Well, when did she commit hers? 1983.
83.
Yeah. And then it says, or right down here, 6 important limitation. She missed this one. ORS 144.228 applies only if the person was convicted and sentenced to prison. It does not apply to GEI commitments.
Oh, so you mean the opposite of what she just quoted?
Yeah, she's saying I'm bound by 161, which she isn't, but then citing, and therefore 144 applies to me, which it doesn't, because 144 only applies to 161, or doesn't apply to 161. But I think in here she's picking out the language of, she's misreading this. It's saying statutorily required for supervised post-prison supervision, right? That's not saying everyone gets parole. It's saying some people who get parole have to be monitored.
Yeah.
And so then I asked, or one sentence summary, ORS 144.228 requires mandatory post-prison supervision after release for prison for qualifying felony convictions with fixed statutory terms and enforceable conditions. Then I was like, well, is this applied to Diane at all? Where is it? What does apply to Diane Downs? Diane Downs is governed by pre-1989 Oregon parole law, meaning the Board of Parole and post-prison supervision decides release. She remains eligible for parole, but not entitled to it. This is why her parole hearings look very different from modern Measure 11. I don't know what that is. Insanity commitment cases, right? It doesn't apply to her. Diane, you are failing right off the bat.
So past that, there's nothing that I can present that's more powerful than that, or?
Well, see, the thing is that isn't powerful at all, though. It's totally meaningless.
Meaningful, I suppose. I brought nothing. I don't have anything.
Well,
yeah, there you go.
That doesn't matter.
As we indicated in our correspondence to you, and we informed you that we would be holding this hearing today and going forward.
Yes.
So we are going to do that.
Yes.
So consequently, we will be doing that. So let me ask you some preliminary questions then. I want to go forward. We have. I'd like to just then basically establish the written record for today's hearing, if I could. And what we have from you is we received some letters from you. First of all, we received a letter from you dated October 21st, 2010, 4 pages long, plus an attachment, We received a letter dated November 30th, 2010, which is 12 pages plus an attachment. We also received a letter dated December 3rd, 2010, which constitutes 6 pages. Are there any other documents that you'd want us to consider from you?
No,
Okay.
no, I have nothing else.
Now, the board in your packet received a Department of Corrections institutional report dated October 8th, 2010. And that was prepared by Barb Cooney, the Capacity Resource and Intake Administrator of the Office of Population Management. That report was approved by Max Williams, the Director of the Oregon Department of Corrections. Did you have an opportunity to review that report, ma'am?
Yes, I did.
Have any comments or objections you'd like to make about that report?
What do you think she's going to object to? I know you listened to it, Extra. Suma? Basically her prison report history. What's she going to bring up? What's wrong?
Oh, that where she didn't escape or tried to escape or
The Caulk stories. Always about the Caulk.
right. Yeah. I just have to bring to your attention that apparently she claimed that in one of her letters that Hoover took a print of her foot when she was a baby and put it in the encyclopedia. Her website, you can read, Elizabeth Huerta says, you can read her weird FBI letters where she claims that Hoover took a copy of her footprint at birth and put it in the encyclopedia. She even lists the page.
Well, that makes sense because the FBIA.
Yeah, she wrote the letter. She put in a FOIA or a FOIPA. She put in a FOIPA request.
But the FBI had a file on her from when she was born.
With
the
Hoover,
day she was born.
Yeah, with J. Edgar Hoover's name attached to it.
Yeah.
Right?
I think Hoover might be her.
Diane Downs, baby, J. Edgar Hoover, and they said, we might have something for you.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. But she also may be a princess.
Things get
So
complicated.
of course they're gonna have information about her.
She could be
She's
the
a
Nuremberg
princess.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Well, the board ordered and you participated in a psychological evaluation for today's hearing. In your packet of material provided to you by the board is Dr. S. Schulte's psychological evaluation from October 29th, 2010. Did you have an opportunity to review that evaluation?
yes, I did.
Do you have any comments or objections you'd like to make about that report?
Only the second letter that you referred to, I believe it's a 12-page letter with attachments. That was my reference to that.
Okay, now that is the letter dated November 30th of 2010.
Door 2413 says, I bet they didn't take footprints in 1955. Well, that would make it all the more suspicious that hers is on file, is it not? That kind of proves that she's just listening. People are telling her.
Yeah.
People are telling her things.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, so I'll note that is your... Sorry?
I just remembered something that Barb Clooney's report.
Yes,
Here we
ma'am.
go.
There is one thing that I would like to address in there that I didn't address
Address it,
this time
Diane.
because it was addressed last time and I didn't want to become redundant.
Go ahead.
There is a report in there that I was charged with an attempted escape across the street or planning to escape across the street because caulking was taken out of a window in ADSEG.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
I like how her story is always exactly the same, which makes it very clear it's a memorized, rehearsed story.
This is the only
Nothing
story that's always
ever
the same.
changes. She says the exact people say the exact same words in the exact same order, even with the hey Diane, like
Hey, Hannah, this might be the only story that doesn't change, actually.
right.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
it was something like May of 94.
Well, parts get left in and out, but the entire thing kind of remains the same. She'll forget maybe a line here or there, but
Something to that effect.
Is that May of 1989? I see an attempt.
No.
It's
April 9th, 1994, page 5 of the report.
very good. That's
Oh, April.
Yes, page 5 of the report, April of 94.
Okay.
Yes.
I appealed that all the way to Sacramento. Sacramento overturned that, removed it, ordered me to be reheard on that, because when I first moved in the cell, when I was still handcuffed, when you go to ADSEG, you walk into your cell handcuffed. And when I was still handcuffed, I could see the window, and I told Officer Molina, the caulking has been removed from this window. So she said, whenever you do your inspection, your cell inspection report, note it in there and I will sign it. She examined it. She saw that it was true. So every time you move into a new cell in ADSEG, you sign a cell inspection report that says whether you're.
That's right, the freaking Pope. We're starting off strong with this woman has so many escape attempts. We can't figure out which one she's talking about.
No, this
Did you
was
know,
an escape attempt.
Do you know how she escaped the first time? I didn't bother looking up until now. Or till today. You know what she did?
I thought she literally just walked out the door.
She scaled an 18-foot razor-wired fence.
Seriously?
Yes.
Then why the hell did I think she walked out the door? She scaled.
It sounds like something just plausible with her, where she would just walk out. But she apparently scaled an 18-foot razor-wired tipped fence.
That's amazing.
Feet isn't that high for her.
18 feet?
Well, here's the thing. She knew there was on the other side.
Yeah.
So, it's like one of those feats of strength, mother lifting a car to rescue a baby. Diane Downs is going to climb an 18-foot razor wire fence to get
if
to
there's a cock on the other side.
Yeah.
water works, your electricity works, whatever. So I wrote in there that the caulking had been removed from the window. She signed it and she put it on file.
Oh, actually, you're right. Patty Cat Beboop or Bebop. She knew there was somebody's husband on the other side of that fence.
Somebody's husband.
that combination, she could not resist.
Yeah, right. Not just any cock.
Yeah. Wait, married cock? I mean, I'm all
That's
in.
even better.
Yeah.
She loves nothing in the world
Prefers.
more than a husband's dick. That's all she wants is
as long as it's not hers. Yeah.
Not her husband. She has
Right.
a husband. That husband's dick she doesn't care about.
And the icing on top is she knows the wife will find out.
Yeah, she knows because she's going to tell her if she has to. If it comes to that.
Right. But if the wife doesn't know, it's not as exciting for her. So
No, she'll know. She's pretty confident that she's going to find out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I went for my 115 hearing, what we in Oregon call a DR hearing. When I went for the 115 hearing, the lieutenant who heard me the first time refused to pull the file and see it. I had been in that cell probably 3 weeks when the officer determined that it had been removed. So I appealed the finding of guilt all the way to Sacramento. Sacramento said that I was disallowed to use the evidence to support the facts. They overturned it. I was ordered to be heard again. The lieutenant, when he heard it, he said, "Where is that report?" I said, "Right in that box over there." They keep everything in the ADSEG unit. He himself got up, walked over, pulled the report, came back and said, "This one?" He said, "Yes." He said, "It was signed by Officer Molina in red." I said, "Yes." He said, "How could he have missed that? It's signed in red." I said, "He didn't look at it." He said, "Not guilty."
It's like a carbon copy every time she tells a story. But she's always like, not guilty. How did he miss it? It was in red.
So that shouldn't even be there. In California, when your 115 is found not guilty, they completely remove it from the file. Why it's there, I don't know.
Oh.
But that is the whole. That's the only thing that stands out as a big red flag from Barb Clooney's report.
Actually, it's probably the most innocent thing in your report, so I really wouldn't worry about it that much, Diane.
That I just shook my head over.
So I've noted that, and so besides that, everything else in the institutional report is accurate?
I don't marginally so sometimes. I mean, that's the only one that is glaring. The rest of it is part of prison. I mean, it's a matter of perspective. Some people see things one way, some people see things another way. Some see
Who shot a kid? Who shot a kid? Does it really matter?
No, you saw it as me breaking out. I saw it as me taking a walk.
People see things really this way. But it's the only thing that is incredibly hurtful to me. So.
Incredibly hurtful.
Thank you. We noted your
You okay there?
noted your correction
The camera's doing weird things.
for the oral record.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Anything else
also the worst
you'd like to
thing,
point out
probably.
at this point?
What?
She's also arguing with it, which is probably the worst thing that they're accusing her of. I guess she can't argue with the escape because
She escaped.
She escaped.
She escaped. Well, for a
She
while, she
definitely
was trying
wasn't
to say
there.
the only reason she escaped was to go find the real killer. But
Well, she'll
then
say it again here.
Okay, phew. That story does fall apart though when she goes straight to that guy's house and fucks him for 3 days.
Yeah.
And
She had to get her energy up. She had to build her energy up.
Right,
Yeah,
first things first.
It's like a fuel gauge.
She's
you
gonna
know,
go cross country without some power. Come on.
This woman. So I've been reading Small Sacrifices. It's a fantastic book. This woman basically made it her mission to screw every married man in the post office in Chandler, Arizona. She was going to have sex with all of them. And I think she may have. Because apparently men are absolutely infatuated, married men specifically.
I refuse to believe that, but I shouldn't because of course they are. Why
I
not?
guess
get it.
married men, especially in Chandler, Arizona, like crazy.
Well,
She's
think
not even good
And easy.
looking though.
if you're in a boring marriage, I think crazy is appealing, more appealing than it is if you're just living a normal life. I mean, not that a boring marriage isn't a normal life, but you know what I mean.
Well, I don't get it. She's not attractive. She looks like a skeleton.
Well,
But
most of their
that's-
wives probably aren't that attractive either. Just say
guess-
the average person,
Yeah. This is 80s hot, I guess. I don't know.
Let's not get crazy with the hot.
She could,
She's a handsome
she
woman.
just
We
made
already
it.
established.
She's a
for
very
Nick,
handsome woman.
It was Nick and another guy. So Nick Knickerbocker and another dude.
Yeah.
Of course, she was successful in screwing the other dude. And then basically is like, all right, I'm done with you. I'm ready to go to the next guy, which is Nick Knickerbocker. And Nick's dick. Now that dick, that
Big dick
is
Nick?
a dick worth killing for.
Hence the attempted murders and murder.
And you mentioned reading the book, Derek, and I like to get those kind of after effects, but I also I really enjoy the self-containing guilt. Like, all you need to know Diane is guilty is just listen to her talk. You
Yes.
don't need to even know the question,
No.
right? Just hear her
Oh.
talk. Same thing with Sarah. Just listen to her explain what her reasoning is behind the murder, and she's guilty. Robert Tellis, same thing.
Yes,
I mean,
like
you get the
penile
evidence as
Pokemon.
well, but you just have his testimony and response, and you don't need to know anything like a surprise or like confirm anything, right? It's just on its surface, it is an obvious lie. Like penile Pokemon, what? Polynomial purebred, $1.99. I don't
Gotta
understand
catch
that.
them all.
Oh, gotta catch them. Yeah, gotta catch them all. Got it. Yep. Now I get the reference.
That's more than that.
She caught more than a penis.
Yeah.
Well, she was playing Pokemon. What was that game? It was like in 1999.
No.
Not Pokemon. It was Pokemon Photo Adventure or something. So all you had to do was take pictures of them. So you just taking pictures of I took a picture of all of them. Okay.
No, I think we were finishing up with the psych reports.
So is there anything about the psych evaluation you'd like to point out at this point? But Dr. Schulte's report.
Nothing really except what I wrote in the letter that I referred to.
So just clarifying that your response in that letter constitutes your
I think it was called Pokemon Snap or something like that. The
Sure,
only
why
reason I
not?
remember it is because we were side tangent here. When we were in Hawaii, my best friend at the time my best friend at the time we were in Hawaii, he was also over in Hawaii working for his dad because his dad did construction, right? So we happened to be hanging out, and he was like living in a hotel room, and he was playing Nintendo 64 Pokemon Snap at whatever outrageous prices per minute, like $10 a minute or something. And he's just playing. We're looking and we're like, this game looks so boring. He's like, no, gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Response
Super
to the
Nintendo?
psych
No, it was Nintendo 64.
evaluation of Dr. Schulte.
Might as well been
Yes.
Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah, Glass Bandicoot. Yeah, we've seen it with the interview with her. Yeah, she's smiling like almost the whole time. There's so much blood. Oh my god.
And the blood coming out of her mouth.
Blood coming out of her mouth. Ah.
Also, just like to note for the record that also in the board's hearing packet is Mr. Gravener's letter and the attached 86-page transcript of the prior 08 board hearing. Also, we have a 1984 letter from Douglas Welch of the Lane County Sheriff's Office, the pre-sentence investigation, their sentencing-related documents, their prior board action forms and associated documents, and various DOC forms. All right, so that will constitute the written record for the board hearing.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to start the questioning. So, ma'am, the first, as you know from last time, the first question we always ask in these hearings is, please tell the board why you're in prison.
I was convicted of murder.
All right, we weren't looking for the literal answer there.
Maybe it's better than her usual, I think. Maybe not.
But yeah,
Was it time?
you're starting right off not taking any responsibility.
Well,
I was
that's
convicted of murder.
throughout. She's consistent.
I know.
Can you be more specific?
I was convicted of the murder of my daughter and the attempted murder of my daughter and my son.
Now, over the past, certainly in the past hearing, over the past few years, you've maintained your innocence in that matter. Do you still maintain that you did not?
So I spliced, remember on the one we previously watched, it was a video. It was about 20 minutes of video. So I spliced in the video sections of that over top of here.
All
so
right.
we know what we've heard before. So because some of it is going to sound like, oh, we've heard this before. So just to know, yeah, we did literally hear it before.
Commit these murders? Or the murder and the other crimes you were convicted of?
Absolutely. I didn't commit them and I still maintain my innocence.
Would you describe for the board the circumstances around the events which happened that led to your conviction?
That's an open question. Okay, the circumstances that led to the conviction. Okay, this is going to be complicated because that I would need a narrower question because that's a huge 9-month period of activity.
Let me just try this. Exterior, can you easily explain what led to her conviction?
She murdered her child and tried to murder the 2 others.
No, but how do we know it?
Oh, the evidence for it?
Yeah, well, I mean,
We have shells with the same markings on them.
Yep.
We have the fact that her daughter, Christie, pointed her out during the trial.
and all of her lack of urgency when she got there trying to pull the plug on the kids, her
Right.
stupid story that is always changing, that led to her conviction.
The guy
So
who
I think we
broke up
just
with
did
her
it.
because he didn't want children.
Yes.
And so forth.
So I think we just did that in like 30 seconds, Diane. You think you're going to need 9 months of worth of talking here?
That led to the arrest, and then another 3 months. My children were attacked. And
Elizabeth Hurtado. Huerta. It used to be Hurtado, didn't it?
No, that's Carolina.
Oh, Carolina Hurtado. Like I said, reading isn't my thing.
Yeah, I've seen other people make the mistake. It's a similar name.
Elizabeth Huerta. Please don't forget, what we're hearing isn't Diane. This is not her on the recording, right? So this is all fake, right? According to Diane, must be.
Probably.
Because they cut out the part where, they admit that they knew she was correct. And actually, what's interesting is this video is exactly 2 hours long, which is rare for a recording. I was like, and I was like concerned a second. It was like cut off, and then I look at the end, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this actually cut off? Is Diane right?
Diane is right.
I'm looking up that thing that you just told us about with the.
But they finish it out. They're like, okay, we're going off the record. It's just happened to be that.
May 19th of 1983, and I wasn't arrested until February 28th of 1984. Didn't go to trial till May 5th.
Yes. Jewett Connor. Christie pointed her as the shooter.
Of 1984, and there's a lot of things that led up to that. It wasn't just that guy shooting my kids. That wasn't what put me in prison.
Okay, well,
There was a whole lot of other.
Ma'am,
Yes.
let me narrow it down.
Yeah, the guy shooting your kids absolutely didn't put yourself in prison. You're correct. That had nothing to do with you going to prison because there was no guy who shot your kids. All right.
You took your children to the hospital in Springfield.
Back to the video here.
Will you describe the events of that evening?
Yes. My kids and I were sitting at home watching TV. We were watching Helen Keller, the Helen Keller story. I received a phone call from someone who said that he wanted me to come pick up some photographs for my boyfriend. Not of my boyfriend, but for my boyfriend, Rick.
You think that's Silent Rick, ex-Rick? We never hear from Rick. We never see
We
him.
don't ever hear from Silent Rick. It may
Silent
be
Rick.
Lauren Silent Rick.
Hi, Tanika.
And
Hi, Tanika. Do you know who Silent Rick is, Suma? I think we've told you, right?
If you did, I didn't hear you because it was so.
It's another
It's a Lauren
Lauren
thing.
character.
I don't know.
Lauren
He doesn't sound
a
familiar.
made-up
Lauren was
character.
wasted, and he was on the phone with Debbie and Winnie, and he was gonna go home because
Drive drunk.
driving drunk because they convinced him Roy was at his mom's house yelling at her, and then they're like, "Do not drive drunk." He's like, "Okay, I'm not." And then you can hear very clearly like doors slamming in the car, driving.
Just start the car.
And then
Sirens.
yeah, and then they're like, "Are you driving?" He goes, "No, my friend Rick picked me up. We'll have Rick talk to us." No,
He's silent.
Rick doesn't talk.
Rick who?
Some people-
Ridiculous. That's who.
So
Some people don't like to talk.
some people don't like to talk, and then he gets there and Rick drops him off. So it's Silent Rick. It's just like Dump Truck Man that was going to give him the
Very
job with the
similar
dump
to
truck.
Command, yeah.
Yeah.
So I found the Diane Downs thing. Just because I wanted.
Good. No, that was
and
it.
the Hoover thing, but it's telling me that the site is not, secure. So exactly, and of course it's not secure because she is trifling. But I'm going to go on it anyway and find a link.
Well, tell us how those viruses go.
If I disappear, that's why.
Well, you have a Mac though, don't you? You're not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
get any
actually
viruses.
looking on my phone, but fine. I'll get it.
You won't get any viruses on. They don't make viruses for Apple still, do they? I don't know.
Rick is a guy that I'd been dating for about 6 weeks, and he claimed to be an FBI agent.
Stop it.
Moron. She does correct herself, but then we know
That's worse. That makes it worse.
it was worse because 10 and 15 years later, she's still saying it.
FBI
I mean, she's had plenty
agent.
of time, and she's talking nonstop about the FBI agent. So someone, I'm sure, said to her, "It's FBI agents."
Can you email it to me, Elizabeth Huerta? My email. I'll just put it in there. 2023 at
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Okay.
And also, the Rick character does not come up at all in her original,
No.
defense.
It's just funny that Rick comes up randomly when they just need a spare name, both
Yeah.
her and Lauren.
Yeah.
Rick.
Yes. Elizabeth Huerta. Is that the A is agent? FBI
And
Is
then
FBI agent.
Yeah.
And then
FBI
she says
agency agent.
end, which makes it dumb.
It's like
But you-
NYPD Police Department.
Whether or not he was, I don't know. I certainly never called him at work or showed up or made him prove it or show a badge.
Who is the FBIA?
It didn't matter to me.
That's the FBIA guys.
FBI
Wasn't-
guys is Rick.
And I think what she's going to say here really didn't matter to me. She didn't look up the thing. What is the word she's going to say, but then doesn't?
Up or
Like,
made him prove it or
listener.
show a badge. It didn't matter to me. I wasn't, to me, it was just all,
it was just all what? Sex. It was just all sex.
Oh, for her.
Yeah.
But this guy
that's-
didn't even exist.
I think that there was some guy she was boning, right? But
There's always some guy she's boning.
Yeah.
right. But she changes it. It was just all
it was just dating.
dating. I'll clean it up. I don't want to sound like a sleut.
Well, doesn't she say I wasn't a, she uses some words, some ridiculous word, I think.
But I received a phone call about 9:15 from someone who said I needed to come pick some photographs up for Rick. I piled the kids in the car. We went out to go meet this person to pick up the photographs. I stopped by Heather. Wow, I can't remember Heather's last name now. I stopped by Heather's
Bouchard.
house because
What?
Her last name is Pluchard. Heather Pluchard.
Which is interesting because Heather actually exists and she can't remember the details of the real person. She's like, what's her name?
And she also changes the story yet again.
I'd
She
been
is saying that she had told Heather she was coming over. In the original story, she didn't tell Heather anything. She's just showing up.
It bothers me that she uses the term piled the kids in the car. It wouldn't bother me if she didn't, try to kill them, but just somehow
Yeah.
the imagery of that is not good.
Yeah.
I told Heather on the phone a few days earlier that I had a newspaper ad for her.
Oh, the horse coupon.
So she had been wanting to buy a horse, and this was a newspaper ad that would allow her to adopt a horse.
You cannot adopt a horse without this redeeming this newspaper ad.
I can't just tell you the information. You need this.
Yeah, I can't just tell you. We're gonna bring you this horse coupon. Limit one per household.
Yeah.
So I had told her that I had a newspaper clipping for her that I'd found at work. So as long as we were going out to meet this guy to pick up photographs, we went by Heather's house.
And I like that there's all these links on here to show me who are the traitors. Who's really not here and who's over on your channel.
You see, this is why I don't like to link it to my channel.
There's
No, hold on. I'm taking names. Hold on.
I already got a horse just the other day. So we went to see the horse. We got back in the car. We left. I went to meet this guy. Somebody in the road.
See, even this doesn't make sense. She said she got the call at 9:15. Her kids were shot at 9:45. How close does she live to Heather? And how they saw the horse for what, 3 minutes? Like this is like Alec Murdoch story. I went down there, messed with the hogs, took the chicken out of the mouth, and then went back to the house. And he must have been sprinting.
I want to say she was about 20 minutes from Heather. I can't remember right now.
Okay.
Flagged us down. I stopped and got out of my car, and he said something to the effect of, "I want your car." And I laughed at him. And I said, "You've got to be kidding."
Ha! You've got to be kidding.
Are you for real?
Come on. That's ridiculous.
Because in my mind, those kinds of things don't happen. In Arizona, those things don't happen.
Oh, shut up. I hate when people fucking say that.
Well, these things don't happen anywhere where you're talking about.
I don't know about Oregon, but in Arizona, those things don't happen.
They happen if you're in Arizona.
They don't say, "I want your car." They point the gun at you, say, "Give me the car, out of the car, bitch."
I don't know if I mentioned this when we were talking about this, but I had a friend who was killed in a carjacking in Florida.
Oh man.
Yeah, when we were in our freshman year of college, and he just didn't come back after the break. And we found out that he had 3 guys just got into his car in the backseat and just shot him in the head. Needless to say, he was a great guy.
Well,
Sorry
now
to
the mood's
bring
real.
you down.
I just
Cool.
took an edible.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all gonna. I apologize. I don't know.
I'm just messing with you.
But no, the crime happens everywhere.
Yeah, and it's a horrible. It is a horrible crime too. Like, obviously, I mean, a lot of.
Well, that's
crimes are
why-
horrible, but this is like so senseless. It's ridiculous.
That's why it's a federal offense now. Carjacking is a federal offense, right? And that's why they've got all those carjackings in Washington, D.C., and then the people in D.C., some of them on one side of the political spectrum are saying it's because people can't afford groceries. I don't think that's it.
I mean, the thing is that if you go and if you force yourself into someone's car, first of all, lock your doors always. But and you show them the gun, like this particular friend of mine was not the type to get all macho and be like, you know, fuck you. And he would have immediately left his car with the keys in it, you know.
What kind of car was it? It wasn't like a
I don't know.
Ferrari, right? It was probably like a
No.
Ford Fiesta or something.
Yeah, it
Just
was probably like a Honda Civic or something, you know.
hey, those are worth something.
But the thing is,
Kia Sorento.
this person stops the car, says, "Give me your car," then goes through the window and shoots the kids.
Yeah, starts, of course, to show he means business.
And
Yeah.
is able to shoot them really pretty accurately. I mean, through a window, and is able to shoot them each right through the heart, pretty much.
Right. It's not that accurate if, I don't know, just say you're right in front of them and very close to them. That's not a great
Right,
shot.
that's
but,
totally different. And then he
Right.
misses and shoots you in the arm.
right.
And
Right.
you can't tie your damn shoes for 2 months.
You
They were
can't
the
tie your
lucky
damn
ones.
shoes for a month. The kids were lucky. All right, here we go.
And so he jumped into the car, leaned into the car,
Incorrect. No gunpowder found on the inside of the door. Sorry, Diane.
and started firing the weapon. And it happened so quickly that by the time he stood up and faced me, it was over. I mean, it was just that fast. He said something about the car again, and I struggled with him. The gun discharged. He fell back. I jumped in the car, put the keys in the ignition,
I thought you faked throwing the keys.
and took off. The car door shut by
Did she say she got shot yet? I don't think she did she?
No, I don't believe she says that.
She forgot about that part.
itself. That's it. And I went to the hospital.
It's a minor detail.
Christie and Danny were in the back seat. When we got to the hospital, they were still crying. The nurses reported that they were still crying. The state says that I was the one that shot them and that I wanted them dead. If that was the case, I would not have taken them to the hospital still crying. There are so many other ways to accomplish such a horrific deed if I was going to do it. I'm certainly bright enough to figure out another way
No, you're not. Unfortunately, you're not.
besides some way that looks so absolutely insane and hokey that nobody would believe it. I'm not dumb.
You
Do you
are.
think if they described the crime as brilliant, like, oh my God, it's so masterful, Diane would take credit, be like, yeah, I know. And
Good point.
So ultimately, you told several different versions of the story when law enforcement investigated this, correct?
the other board members are doing crossword puzzles because they've heard all this bullshit before. Go for it, dude. Whatever you want to ask.
When you talked,
Not correct.
Ultimately, well, I understood that
Not correct.
you told the law enforcement that this was done by 2 men with ski masks.
This is what somebody told me. How do I explain this?
How do you explain another obvious hole in your story? By the way, I don't think they should ever call them ski masks. Have you ever seen anyone with the actual ski mask skiing? All I've seen is them doing
No.
crimes. It'd just call it a crime mask.
Yeah.
I think I would freak out if I was on the hills and I even saw somebody. I would be like, don't rob me. I don't have anything. Guys at the lodge when they're ordering the meals, like, no, take it all. They just start emptying the register. Like, dude, it's just my ski mask. Oh, yeah, it's a balaclava. But I'm saying they call it a ski mask, which it's almost never used for skiing.
No, I've never seen someone skiing in a ski mask.
I've maybe seen like the bad guys in a movie where there's snow and they're wearing the all white, like James Bond or a Die Hard movie, where they're wearing the balaclava with mask, with the eye goggles and stuff. But even then, it's not ski masks. They're not skiing. They're actively doing something in the snow with skis.
The only
They're
time
not skiing.
ski mask is when someone shady is wearing it or left behind when someone commits a crime. There's some crime where they found the guy because of what was the DNA on the ski mask. I don't remember. I'm sure there are a lot of them.
Like every crime ever committed with a ski mask.
Right. Or it's always like, and the NYPD is always like, the old woman was raped in Harlem today. The gentleman was wearing a black hoodie and a pair, and I'm like, he doesn't sound like a gentleman to me. The
noble
gentleman. Like, how about just the guy? Like, you don't sound fancy for starters because of the way you talk. Don't be like the gentleman was wearing. Don't say it's some horrific thing he did and then call him a gentleman. It's so stupid.
Cracked pepper,
That's where ski mask comes in.
MDLY. We went through 2025. But there's FOIPA version that's different than the one we covered. It was a wild stream. I remember by the end, I didn't know what was going on.
Well,
I wasn't there for that one.
Part 1 was like 6 hours, but we did some preamble stuff for it. But yeah.
After my children and I were attacked, the police kept saying, Diane, you must have lapses in your memory because there's holes in this you could drive a semi-truck through. None of this makes sense. You're forgetting something. I believed, because I'd never had any dealings with authorities, and I believed the authorities, and so I thought they did, that I had lapses of memory. I can't tell you how the towel got around my arm, so I know from my own personal experience that I did have at least that much of a lapse of memory.
Well, did you tie it around your own arm? Probably, unless did the guy bandage you up after he shot you? No. Come on, Diane. This is stuff we can figure out without knowing. Without being there, we assume and can pretty much conclude you wrapped your own arm. There would be, your kids did it? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know how the towel got around my arm. So when I would have, what people would call me up and people would say, I know so-and-so and he said such and such. I have another guy would call and say, I have a neighbor and he has a car that just looks just like that and he's been talking. These kinds of things were being said to me either by phone. People would stop me on my mail route. I worked in Cottage Grove and people would drive all the way to Cottage Grove just to meet me on my mail route and tell me these kinds of things. So I would call the police, or I would go to the police and I would say, this is what's being told to me. Those are the kinds of things they would say that I changed my story.
Yeah, no, it is changing your story because you're repeating stuff that you should know didn't happen because you were there and these other people weren't. And remember the kid that stopped on our postal route for his birthday? Hey, mister!
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That kid.
Gee whiz, man.
Gee whiz, Diane. It's my birthday card. It's my first birthday card.
Right, he was 1. He ran up to
his first birthday.
Talking.
I'm 1. Golly gee, miss. Aren't you the lady that killed her
kids? Bear couldn't do that, and he's a genius.
I'm gonna go play stickball with my friends. Bye.
Golly willikers.
Golly willikers. Gee, a card? Wow.
I wasn't changing my story. I was trying to help. The police kept saying I had lapses of memory. people were calling me and telling me things that I thought, well, maybe this is what happened that I don't know. And so I would tell the police, believing that I was helping them investigate. They didn't tell anybody that these are reports, that I was giving them reports from other people. They would simply say, Diane came in and said such and such.
Which you did.
The one about the ski mask was dreams that I was having. And they kept saying, well, maybe you forgot something. So when I would have a dream and I would wake up, I would think, well, maybe that's what I would forget. And so the ski mask story, I didn't tell the police. I was talking to somebody on the phone. And
is this Nick Knickerbocker call? Must be, right?
He was the only non-police person to be recording her that I know of.
So she could have been talking to somebody else and said it, is what you're
To a
saying? Because they were listening to them all anyway? Is that what you're saying?
We're listening to some of her calls.
Beyond Nick Knickerbocker.
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to, and I was sharing this dream, this thought with somebody, trying to understand in the same way that you would talk to a psychologist.
Speaking of 2 cents, I missed this question. Did Diane tend to the kids at all before driving to the hospital, or did she only wrap her own arm? Yeah, she only wrapped her own arm.
Or a psychiatrist, so that you can be.
I don't know why I'm answering your chat's questions for you.
Oh.
Because if you talk, maybe you can reach something. Maybe you can find something that's inside you that's locked off. And so I was sharing this with somebody else, and the police were tape recording those phone calls and then said, oh, there she goes. She changed her story. And that wasn't it. And they know that wasn't it.
Okay, well, ma'am, I guess perhaps you could clarify it for me, because as you said, I am the newest person here, and I'm asking you new questions. But when I'm reading the pre-sentence investigation, and it says, subsequently, defendant gave a total of 3 different versions of the shooting, including that it was done by 2 men wearing ski masks, and also that she knew the person who shot them. Did you not give 3 different versions of the story?
Yeah, sounds like it, Diane.
The police said, strangers don't shoot strangers for no reason.
And they didn't.
Answer the question.
She never answers the question. Most of my questions are yes or no questions, Brian.
And the other thing she does is when they clarify what she. So are you just saying? Are you saying that your lawyer lied in open court? She'll go with, I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
She'll
I don't know. What are
with
you saying?
The summarization of what she just said would be like, I don't know. I'm just saying what I've heard.
Yeah. I'm surprised her posture isn't better, but I don't know why. I shouldn't be. She's just so.
So I believe this had to be somebody who knew me. They also, at one point, the last day that I got to see Christie in the hospital, I believe it was June 15th of 83, Doug Welch came to the hospital and said, Steve Downs did this. We know Steve Downs did this. You need to be willing to testify against him. I said, how do you know Steve Downs?
Steve Downs was in Arizona.
Perfect alibi, right? For the perfect crime.
And Welch never said that to her. Welch detested her very presence.
No. That's what Welch wants you to think.
And then she says a bunch of stuff about Fred Hugie coming up next that's just infuriating.
No, you don't think the prosecutor on her case knew she was innocent? I mean, at this point, everybody knows Diane is innocent. That's the cruelest joke for Diane. Everyone knows she is innocent.
This is the hearing that later on she says they know she's innocent and should
right.
be
That's what
released.
I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said in the beginning. Have you been paying attention? You've been here the whole time.
I paid attention. Relax. Let me finish my cigarette.
His husband. How do you know Steve Downs did this? Give me the evidence. He said, don't worry about the evidence. Just be willing to testify. I said, if you can't prove to me he did it, he's not the one that fired the gun. He said, but he was behind it.
Because the last thing Diane would ever want to do is point the finger at an innocent bystander, right? Even though she is always doing that.
I said, I cannot testify against somebody unless you can prove to me that he did this. I know he hates me, but why would he hurt the kids? Doug Welch said, you better be willing to play ball or you'll never see your kids again. And I said, I cannot testify against somebody unless you can prove to me that he did it. The next day when I went to see my children, I was not allowed to see my children ever again.
Yeah, go
ahead. She also wanted to fuck both the detectives.
A given.
Because they were married men.
We didn't need Ann Rule to tell us that.
And the prosecutor was married, right?
Yeah, but I never heard her say she wanted to. I'm sure she did. But
Well,
he was already.
Adopt her children?
He was already 50 something.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Well,
yeah, the guy who
she's worried he wouldn't be getting a boner.
Isn't he the one who adopted her kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a turnoff. She's not going to want to fuck him.
Yeah, she wanted Knickerbocker's wife looked into because she knew that, Knickerbocker doesn't like drama. So what better way to drive them apart than cause all this drama in Diane's life? And Nick is going to run away and back to her.
That's
it
why
makes so much sense.
The Nick calls are so good because he, to me, he sounds like a pretty kind guy, all things considered. Although he's obviously recording these calls, so
Nick.
who knows? But
Nick, yeah.
He calls her out on the thing. Maybe he's not, but
he's not.
He's not. Yeah,
he
that
cheated
makes more
on
sense.
his wife so many times.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes nice people cheat,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit play. Go ahead.
But I mean, when she's like, I don't think what's her wife's name is like. Something like
Charlene or something.
Charlene. I don't think Charlene did it. And he's like, of course.
Charlene.
Not. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, of course she didn't do it. Well, I don't think Steve would have done it either. Of course Steve didn't do it.
Do you have a mirror there?
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Hope says she's clearly a good Samaritan. Y'all being too harsh. Yes,
Yeah. I didn't say good. That's right. She's just trying to solve this caper.
Mm-hmm.
That gave me the belief.
Look, she just needed a little bit of for 3 days to get the power up and then go out and solve the crime.
Right. He does sound kind when he's talking to her on those calls, though. That's the thing. But that doesn't mean he is, of course.
Well, I think at that point, he's also still worried about his wife's safety, right? Because he said in interviews, like, I think she would kill my wife to get to me. So
yeah, he thought either she was going to kill the wife or she was going to try to frame the wife for the murders.
It's just amazing to me that somebody's going to cheat on someone so many times and still care about their well-being. I mean, I get it, but I don't really get it. I know there's a relationship there, of course, but
maybe Diane emits some kind of pheromone or something, right? Have we ignored that fact? Why are so many men attracted to this disgusting Skeletor creature? Wow. Right? It doesn't make sense.
That the police were absolutely convinced that somebody I knew did this. And if the police believed it, then I believed it. Now, if they want to turn this all around and say Diane changed her story, that's not what happened. And you guys are on the parole board, and I know you work with the legal authorities. You work with police. You work with the district attorneys, and so you know how they work. It's how they. I know now what they were trying to do.
Police work.
They were trying to scoop me into a corner so that I don't know, so that I would say or do something that would incriminate me.
And Diane, it worked on you better than anyone in the history of criminal investigations, because that's all you did was screw up and incriminate yourself.
It certainly worked. But,
yeah, it did work.
But that's not what happened.
No, it is what happened.
Though what I'm telling you is exactly what happened. Doug Welch came to the hospital in Springfield. Oh, I can't even think.
Oh, Buzzed Boomer said, maybe beer coming out of her. Uh-oh, yikes.
Willamette. No, anyway, to the Springfield.
No, this was the 80s, Miagarite.
Springfield Hospital. He sat right there. He caught me when I was coming through the front door. He pulled me into the lobby. And these are the things he said to me. I went to see Christie for 15 minutes because that's all I was allowed. I left and he was standing there and he goes, I'm not playing, Diane. And I said, prove to me Steve did this. He says, let us worry about the proof.
Yeah, they're gonna do the setup.
And I said, I can't testify against him unless you can prove to me he did this. And I left. The next day.
That is such horseshit. You know, Diane would have gotten on the stand in under a second to testify against anyone that wasn't her, right? She'd have been like, yeah, Steve totally did this. Absolutely, she would have testified against them.
I did not see my children ever again until court. And that was it. And so I believed. I believed what the police.
On. So another thing is she says she never saw her kids again from that point. However, Steve Downs took the kids and brought them underneath a bridge for her to see.
Right,
and
but that was illegal, so that doesn't count.
And left Christie with her, and she drove off with Christie.
Right, but that's illegal, so it doesn't count as seeing your kids, right?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
According to the authorities, she was never going to see him again. It only took Steve circumventing the rules. So it still counts as the authorities saying you could never see your kids again.
Who's more stupid, her or Sarah Boone?
She's crazier.
No, I think she's dumber. I think she's dumber, right? Because, like I said, like I've maintained, I don't believe Sarah Boone believed he would die. She just wanted to torture him, right?
That doesn't even matter anymore.
Well, it doesn't matter, right? But I don't think she thought she was going to have to start explaining a murder, right? So it was, in essence, sprung upon her. I have to explain this murder that I did, right? And she came up with
She had a whole night to explain it.
She had a very lame story, right? Diane Downs planned and executed this murder ahead of time with the lamest story ever. So I think Diane Downs is dumber. I would rather play cards with Diane Downs and do anything with Diane Downs than Sarah Boone, though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I think
play some canasta, play some risk.
I'll tell you why I think Sarah Boone's dumber, because I think that Diane Downs learned more about the legal system than Sarah Boone, who actually managed to anything that she knew about the legal system. She unlearned somehow, like learned nothing at all.
And Diane Downs was never offered a plea. Remember that? Like Sarah was offered a plea. So does that make Sarah dumber? I don't know.
Yes.
Interesting. I mean, they're both.
Also,
maybe we could separate it to pre and post crime. Pre-crime, Diane Downs was dumber. Post-crime, Sarah was dumber. Well, Diane Downs was dumber because she forced her own crime.
I don't know. I think Sarah's really stupid, and she doesn't write as well. She doesn't speak as well. I mean, not that this one speaks great, but this one's not making up words and using the word futuristically when it doesn't mean futuristically. What were you saying, Derek? Sorry.
And actually, Diane managed to escape from prison. You think Sarah Boone was ever going to cut?
She's not even trying.
She's too lazy.
So, okay. So we're in agreement. Sarah Boone is dumber.
Well, now we are. Now that I explained it to you.
Yes. But Diane is crazy.
Yeah, you convinced me.
Diane crazier. I know.
Would Diane even take a plea, though? I don't think so. I think she would have.
I think she would have, too, because Dick.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a tough one. How much is the call of the dick versus her pride? She is a very prideful person.
Very loud. I've heard.
Another good point from Tanika is she says Diane was gainfully employed.
Correct.
And she could. Men are tripping over themselves to ruin their own lives to sleep with Diane Downs. No one is doing that with Sarah. No one is doing that. But no, you have the proof. All these married men are having sex with her. It's going to ruin their lives when they're caught, because they're going to inevitably get caught because Diane Downs wants the wives to know. But nobody is banging on Sarah's door being like, I got to have that.
Diane Downs tried to have sex with. So we don't know her track record.
Her batting average.
Right. I mean, because it bothers me when these women who manage to fuck a lot of guys, that becomes they're irresistible to men. Not necessarily,
What do we think Diane Downs' body count is?
Oh, I don't know. Well, let's not forget she started in Bible school.
but then also she was locked up early, so it can't be too high, right? But I believe it's gotta be like in the 50s at least, I would think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
50s. That was a summer for her.
Yeah. Flip on the screen.
All right.
I thought the police believed. Now, maybe they did believe that. Maybe to this day they still believe it, because Fred Hughey was, another time he told my attorney, Jim Jagger said, Fred, you know Diane is innocent. He said, I know that and you know that, but she's covering for somebody, and as long as she's going to cover for somebody, she's going to do that person's time. Jim Jagger said, go ahead.
If only he had recorded that, huh? If only the defense attorney had recorded. The prosecutor told me he knows she's innocent. What you could do as an officer of court, even without the recording, and go up and say, this is what they said. Seems like it's a lie, though, Diane.
I said, so is it what you're saying today is that the prosecutor in your case knew you were innocent, yet in order to get someone else, to convict someone else for this, he basically threatened to keep your kids from you in order to get you to make incriminating testimony against somebody else? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Jim Jagger told me Fred Hughey said this to him. I don't know that Fred Hughey said this. I have no reason to believe Fred Hughey said this now. But that's what Jim Jagger told me Fred Hughey said. So from that point on, I believed that Fred Hughey believed that it was somebody that I knew. That's what I'm telling you. That is what shaped my belief patterns. And so when I would talk to the police, I spoke to the police as if it was somebody that was familiar to me. Not because I believed they were familiar to me, but because Fred Hughey told Jim Jagger, and Jim Jagger told me that Fred Hughey told him this.
Okay, so all of the issues that Diane has is because of other people lying to her. And she's not lying. She's just trying to pass along information. Such idiotic horseshit.
I have no reason to believe Fred Hughey would do that. I don't. Fred Hughey adopted my children, I think, during the trial. Can I go ahead and jump ahead with this?
Sure.
Okay. During the trial, at the very end of the trial, Fred Hughey, they brought in a mock-up of the car, and Fred Hughey got a gun, and he was reenacting the crime. And when he was going through the motions of firing the gun at the Christie doll and at the Cheryl doll and at the Danny doll, he couldn't shoot the Danny doll because the Danny doll was back here. And he raised up and he looked at me, and I went like this, and his face, he had a look of incredulation on his face, and his mouth started to open, and I nodded my head yes, and he had to switch the gun to the left hand. A right-handed person could not have shot the Danny doll. It was at that time. I don't think at any time before that did Fred Hughey believe that he was doing anything wrong. I think that he believed full bore that what he was doing was the right thing. But I'm not inside Fred Hughey's head. I don't have the right to speak for him, and I won't speak for him. But it was after that he adopted my children, and according to Christie, never said a bad word against me. Ever. That was out of Christie's mouth. Fred.
Yeah, because he's a normal adult, a normal human being, Diane, which you don't understand. You're like, wow, that's surprising. Because you don't understand people.
Hughey, and all the time that he raised her, never spoke ill of me. I believe that Fred Hughey knows that there is a man out there that was hunting my children, and it wasn't until after Christie told her schoolmates that she drew pictures in school, and she said, this is the man who shot us. I lied in court because they wanted me to say this and they wouldn't leave me alone. Dr. Peters, she said, Dr. Peterson kept pressuring me and he wouldn't leave me alone. Those children, the Andresens, told their mother told her, the apartment manager, and the apartment manager told somebody.
Wow, that is a solid chain of evidence there. The kids told their mother. The mother told the apartment manager. And the apartment manager told somebody.
I mean, I lived in an apartment most of my life. I'm not living in an apartment now, but for most of my life I have. And if something were to go down, I know the first person I would call is the apartment manager.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Hey, did you hear about this? I just love that we're at minute 28. And remember, she was not going to say anything.
She hasn't stopped.
To start out with, yeah.
I've been trying to do bookmarks, and my first one was like, why are you in jail? That was at like 36 minutes. And I had to change it to Diane Explains She Isn't a Liar. And now at 117, I put more bullshit. More Diane bullshit. It's just nonstop.
Now, he didn't tell my attorney until 1991, but he apparently told somebody before that. But it was at that time when...
Got 231 people here, according to my counter. And we've only got 86 likes. So let's go ahead and get that on up, people.
Christie was in that school and classmates with the Andresen twins that Fred Hughey decided to adopt my children. I assume, and I don't know this because I've never asked Fred Hughey, and I can't put words in his head, but I assume that he got word that Christie was talking about the man who shot her. I do not believe Fred Hughey. My mom believes Fred Hughey adopted the kids to keep her quiet. I don't. I believe Fred Hughey adopted my kids to keep them quiet because if the man that shot my children found out that Christie could identify him, she would be a target again.
Well, let me ask you this, Diane. Just hypothetical. Under your scenario, Diane, wouldn't the number one defense against the man that Christie could identify be that she already identified her mother, so you can't trust her? So you don't need to kill Christie?
Okay.
That is what I believe.
Ma'am. So is it your belief that at some level you think the man that prosecuted you thinks that you may be innocent?
All right. Yep. That's what you said.
She's got like a full face.
I don't know.
On that picture, by the way.
What?
She's got full face of makeup on in that photo there.
Yeah.
As Suma says, a little blush never killed anyone.
Never killed anyone. Although in this case, it's debatable.
Might have.
Yeah.
You see what she just did there again? I mean, she keeps talking about wanting to get her story out. When people summarize her story, she just goes, I don't know.
Yeah, wish I knew.
That is what I believe.
Ma'am. So is it your belief that at some level you think
She keeps saying people aren't listening to you. They're listening and repeating back what you said.
the man that prosecuted you thinks that you may be innocent?
I don't know. I believe, but that doesn't mean it's... I believe he has doubt. Let's put it that way. I believe he has enough doubt.
He has zero doubt.
Yeah.
Zero. He wanted
convicted
nothing
you.
more in his life than to put you in jail.
And he
Or have
managed
you
to convince
executed.
12 other people that there is no doubt. So for him to have doubt would be very ironic, wouldn't it, Diane?
All right.
So why would you go out with your children at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night because somebody calls you up saying they have photographs of your boyfriend and meet this perfect stranger?
Well, he certainly wasn't perfect. Because he said,
Diane.
Rick said that he was an FBI agent. FBI.
What?
After she said he certainly wasn't perfect, did I hear someone say, "Oh shit"?
I didn't hear that.
No,
Huh?
we'll hear it again. We'll hear it again.
I mean, it's... I believe he has doubt. Let's put it that way. I believe he has enough doubt. All right.
So why would you go out with your children at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night because somebody calls you up saying they have photographs of your boyfriend and meet this perfect stranger?
Well, he certainly wasn't perfect.
It does sound like somebody's going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a sigh being like,
Yeah, either way, it's kind of funny, but
like, what are you talking about? That's what you focused on in the question. Me saying perfect stranger. You didn't focus on the taking your kids out that night.
Everyone's catches strays except for her, you know.
Blue River says $1.99 says Diane's looking at me.
Looking at her.
Looking right. Looking to her right.
Yeah.
Because Rick said that he was an FBI agent. FBI
agent. Correct yourself.
agent.
That should be nothing you need to correct ever. Who accidentally says FBI? Nobody. You grew up as FBI, like as a kid, you know FBI agent. You don't know
FBI agent. FBI agent.
FBI agent, the guy.
I had no reason to believe or doubt him, but I know that he used to take me to these houses and he would send me into these houses and
that would probably be the first reason to doubt him. Hey, go in and look in this trap house, Diane. Tell me who's in there. Are you really an FBI guy? Are you really an FBI guy? No, Diane, I need you to go and do surveillance. Go in there. Tell me who's in there. I had no reason to doubt him. Ugh. This is so stupid. She's always being involved in all these official operations as well. Everyone was always declaring her innocence off the record around her so she could hear it.
asked me to look around, and I would come back and I would tell him what I had seen. He never told me what to look for. He simply said, look around, tell me what you see when you come back.
That makes no sense. Are you looking for plants? Are you looking for stolen jewelry? Are you looking for furniture? Are you looking for bicycles, for motorcycle parts, car parts, drugs? Why would he not tell you what to look for? Diane, your story is so stupid. Even the concept of going in there as a spy or whatever is stupid. But the fact that he said he would not tell you what to look for is so ridiculous. Because you don't want to commit to anything, because you want to be able to dap this later, be like, oh, no, he wasn't, she says drugs. She goes, well, no, he wasn't part of the drug thing. Diane.
I would tell him, then we would go and have our date.
So what would you tell him? I saw 4 people in there. Here's their perfect descriptions. I saw this many couches. They were like this color. I saw paint on the walls. I saw this many pictures over there. I saw pictures of these people on the walls. And then I saw this much food in the fridge. Here's what I saw in their cupboards. It was this type of cereal. I went over and checked out their clothes and saw here are all the different jackets they had and pants. And there was a blue jacket, and it was a red jacket, and it was a purple jacket, and it was kind of long sleeve. Like, what are you talking about?
That was a Friday night ritual. This was a Thursday night. And that seemed to support his allegation that he was an FBI agent.
How?
This was a Thursday night. May 19th was a Thursday night. I received a phone call from somebody saying, I have pictures that your boyfriend wants. I assumed that they were for the different people that I was looking at in these houses.
So you were looking at the people in the houses?
I don't even know what the fuck she's talking about.
She's saying Rick would send her in as like an undercover CI almost into these drug houses to get reports and then have her come back out and tell him what she saw, even though he never said what to look for. She just described everything her eyeballs saw because she has a photographic memory, but apparently can't remember the shooting of her own children.
And we still don't have the eyes on this Rick fella.
No, Silent Rick.
I said, I'll see Rick tomorrow night. We'll come get them together. Or I'll see Rick tomorrow night. He can come get them himself. This man on the phone said, no, if you don't come get them now, you'll never get them. I said, okay. And I know that seems juvenile, but I was juvenile back then.
Shut up.
You were careless back then.
Yeah, you were stupid then. You're stupid now.
You were careless.
Right.
You were a loose woman.
Loved too much. Not a loose woman. That's not get crazy.
I was.
Too loving.
She loved
I
to
was very
spread
young.
her love.
I lived a very
Awesome.
sheltered life. The meanest people to me in my whole life were Robert Crone and his friends in the fourth grade. And fourth,
Okay.
fifth, sixth. They were the meanest people in my whole life, except for my ex-husband.
Okay.
Robert
relax.
Crone,
Also,
Ray Hunt, and
Derek,
Dale Christopherson. And they were the meanest people.
What?
Derek, didn't she also, from what you read in the book, like to spread the clap?
Oh, yes, she did.
Yeah.
And
What
was
happened when you
planning
spread your
on
love a
being
little too much?
and was planning on being a surrogate mother while knowingly having a sexually transmitted disease
Of course.
and lying about being, about having it on her
Yeah.
surrogacy forms.
But why was it not treatable? I mean, could she not treat it first and then? Or
Who cares?
yeah,
No,
that's-
you couldn't
whatever.
be a
Let's
surrogate
figure it out.
mother if you had
Right.
had you could be a surrogate mother if you had had a smortion, which she had.
Yes.
She didn't report, and she had an STD. But in Diane's defense, she probably thinks all diseases are sexually transmitted because that's how she was always getting sick.
Right. That's how she got everything somehow.
Yeah.
But that's not really in her defense. It's not called chlamydia. It's not a cold. It's chlamydia.
That's true. Yeah, let's name it by its real name.
Right.
Man, I hate it when I get gonorrhea this time of the year.
Yeah. Oh, she had 3
I want to move my hands down to your skirt or
Abortions or-
pants.
claps.
So, and they were children. And so I had no reason to believe that strangers would hurt me for no reason. So when he said that I needed these pictures for my boyfriend, I said, okay. So I went and got them. It wasn't,
But you didn't get them. You went to go get them. She never got the pictures, right?
I mean,
Maybe this syntax being like picky, but
she's gonna say, "I wish I'll get you the pictures. I didn't bring them."
going into it, you don't imagine, okay, all of these horrible, horrible things can happen. I wish I was clairvoyant. I wish I did have the ability to foretell the future.
Can you imagine?
I'd like to
if
move to a
she
different topic now. Since
people?
you've been
had the ability to tell the future? That's ridiculous.
well, I can tell her future all the time.
Elizabeth is asking what Elizabeth T4568. We have a few Elizabeths now. Is asking what's the origin of Bagay.
Well,
Yeah, it's
someone
funny,
needs to
Well,
look
if you
to
don't know, it's
Lauren.
true. But
You need to watch Laurenography. 2025 full
Lauren,
Laurenography
in
playlist.
case
It
you
is
don't want to spend the rest of your life watching it.
no, you got to watch
Okay.
Laurenography. That's what makes sense. That's where it comes from. So it comes from Lauren. Watch the Laurenography. It makes it that much funnier. It's 62 hours, sure, but you find.
Worth every minute.
I know all of you. That's like 2 weeks worth of work and listening to stuff, right?
62 hours.
For one,
It's 62 hours of live footage and another like
this is
100
why
some
people
of
watch
prep
from my
footage.
channel, by the way, because they don't want to deal with all this nonsense from you.
But you're showing this nonsense on your channel.
I don't do it to them for thumbs up. Yeah, but I rarely do, though. You gotta.
Yeah, but this is
rarely.
this is all going to your audience right now.
Well,
Like the
until you get
harassment.
some kind of copyright strike at the very end with Oprah Winfrey or something. Yeah.
Was it? Oh, that's right. It was struck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or not struck.
Only strike I
demonetized.
probably will ever get. It's because Lauren, who was a Pedialyte, as we call it in these YouTube streets, on To Catch a Predator.
Okay, I'll explain it better than Suma. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No.
No,
No,
I want to hear
God.
this.
No, God.
You will. You will. You will. That's why I tried to get you to
ahead.
explain it, but you
X-Rick
ruined it.
knows this reference. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey,
Go ahead.
the body cam.
Go ahead.
Oh my
Yes, she
gosh.
does.
Which one is that? Is that?
The one in the yellow dress that's getting arrested at the restaurant because she won't
That's
leave. She's like, go Dad.
That's right.
Dad.
That's right. That's
and then
right.
starts shoving the officer, and they like arrest her. Like, can you believe this is America?
This is what we've come. Yes.
Where else?
She says Lauren, because he's an idiot, says he's a very lucky guy because he's about to say boy, and he changes it to guy mid sentence. So he says, "I'm a very lucky guy." Go watch the pornography.
Wouldn't that have been worth 62 hours
Yes,
of
it
your
is.
time?
No, it's not.
That was
just
62 hours.
Listen, it's not just the one quote. There's a bunch of other quotes, right?
Hey, you don't have to convince me.
Okay.
Right, you're
Kayla
preaching
Marie,
the converted here.
you know you
but-
are a special big girl.
In the prison. How have you spent your time? Have you done any programming?
What do you think your answer's going to be here? Programming. We know where her answers are later when she's like, yeah, I was doing all these knitting classes, crochet classes. I really like this answer, actually.
I study, I read, I've been a clerk, I've been yard crew, I've worked in the canteen.
None of these are programs.
I tutor. I've tutored 3 people to get their GED.
That's worthless.
Oh, that's right.
I've
It's
taken-
coming.
What?
The big thing she says she does.
Yeah.
Anger management classes, stress management classes, business classes.
Stress management, anger management, parenting. Like these are her 3 worst skill sets.
Parenting classes. Goodness, there's a list of them. You have most of them. I can't think of all of them.
Well, can you talk about which ones have been the most meaningful to you? Because you've suffered, accepting your version of events.
LZB, tried watching pornography, but I can't get into it. Where should I start? I want to be on the inside joke. Well, start on day 2. Day 1's kind of disgusting. Start on day 2. Let yourself in.
They're all disgusting.
Well, they're all disgusting, but start on day 2 or day 3.
Hi,
Suffered a terrible loss of your children. Have you not?
And then go back and watch day 1 and day 2 after you get through the rest of the 32 nights.
Have you done any
Incredible,
programming?
yes.
Have you done any programming to address that?
So, have you done any programming to deal with the loss of your children?
Yes, every day for me is addressing that.
How have you done that?
For me, the greatest catharsis for me is trying to find the person who did this. That for me is cathartic.
She's such an asshole.
I gotta find the
That's
real
like
killer.
because I lived.
I gotta find the real killer because I lived. It was such a good day.
Yeah.
Actually, LZB, if you want to understand the comedy of Lauren, start with, I think, night 20, night 22, night 22, night 14. Those ones really like highlight, some of the peaks and stuff. And then you'll be more accustomed to it. And then you go back to night 1 and understand why it's funny coming from that point. But you really got to watch them in order to understand the buildup.
Yeah, it has to be in order.
It really does. But if you want to get why stuff is funny, I think night 20, I think we both go insane. I think night 22, I also remember as being insane. 20 and 22. Both, those are probably the 2 greatest nights.
Margarita says, try some Lauren talking to a British male robot. As long as you know why that's happening, that's how all women start, I think, with Lauren.
Okay.
Once we hear that, we're like, okay, now we have to know more.
Okay, this guy's an idiot.
Right. Like super, super idiot.
I love you, Jamie. Will you marry me?
Yeah.
No.
He talks for a long time on the phone with a male robot, British robot, and because he doesn't, I don't remember which live it was that we didn't know each other yet. I was just watching and I had to ask, like, why is he British? And like, why is he male? Like, why doesn't doesn't Lauren wonder why this is a man?
Because he couldn't understand the female version.
And then you explained it that way. And I was like, oddly, I have no more questions.
And because she lost her voice, obviously due to COVID. That is one of the major side effects that everyone experiences with COVID, losing your voice.
Yeah. Actually, it's losing your sense of smell, but that's fine too. He doesn't know that.
Losing your sense of smell is one. Number two is losing your voice
Was
and
it?
then having
Really?
to use a test. No, I don't know. It was nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is ridiculous. The greatest way she deals with the loss of her kid is trying to figure out who did it.
Have you done
It's
any
incredible,
programming?
yes.
Have you done any programming to address that?
Yes, every day for me is addressing that.
How have you done that?
For me, the greatest catharsis for me is trying to find the person who did this. That for me is cathartic.
And how do you go about doing that?
I listen to what people say. When people write me, and I know now that they are most of the time writing very bizarre lies in order to mislead me, in order to, for whatever fun they get out of that.
So how does that help you?
But listening to the stories, listening to the mindset of people, I've lived.
It's like saying, like, oh, I want to get off the conspiracy theory, cult that I'm on. I'm thinking about, the steel beams don't melt and like all this kind of stuff. And then what are you doing to deal with that? Oh, I got a 4chan.
Lived around prisoners, criminals, drug addicts, violators, abusers, murderers, elder abusers. I've lived around every kind of dark soul that you can imagine for 27 years.
And they're all
And you
terrified of
learn.
you.
Yeah, they say the same, and they're like, I'm in here with Diane Downs.
Yeah.
I need to get out. She's really bringing down my what do they say in Demolition Man? My sense of calm, my calmness. What is the phrase they say in Demolition Man?
I don't know Demolition Man. I don't
Breakfast?
remember it.
No, somebody else knows. Somebody in the chat, tell me what's the phrase in Demolition Man? Be well, or it's something like enhance your calm. Enhance your calm.
To recognize patterns, you learn to recognize behaviorisms, red
Yeah, the friggin' Pope. That's right. Enhancing your calm. That's it.
flags, and those are the things that I've been doing. And so when I see these things, I go back to when this happened to us, and I think, was there something that I,
right,
in
Louise.
my naivety, could have seen? If I had been more worldly, if I had been more experienced.
Oh, you were
Well,
experienced.
I don't think you could have been more experienced. I still gotta get like a sexy clip in here somehow. But you were more worldly and more experienced than most of the women within like 100-mile radius. Be well, hear me out. Yeah, that's right as well. Compass Hitman Realty.
Are there things? Yes. You don't
Compass
walk
Realty
into
Hitman.
houses or look around and go back and tell somebody what's happening when people are using drugs in the house.
Well, is that what he wanted you to focus on?
But I've never used drugs before. So I literally had no concept that drug abusers are dangerous. I really, really didn't. The first time that Rick sent me into a house and said, look around, and I saw drugs being used, I should have run back out and said, are you crazy? But I didn't, because I thought he was the good guy and I was helping the good guys catch bad guys. That, number one, I should never have done that. I know this now. Should this ever... I'm 55 years old. I've been menopausal for 5 years. I will
Yeah.
never have children again. But if for some reason...
Talk about TMI.
And I get where she's going with this in terms of saying like, hey, you say I'm a danger to my children, right? But at the same time, I can't have any children. Unfortunately, for Diane, she presents the other greatest danger that she
Elders.
poses to society, her parents.
Correct.
And she tries to argue with it.
Yeah, she's she's not protecting anyone. She's a danger to anyone who is vulnerable. And the reason she wasn't aware of and didn't have to be aware of the fact that people on drugs are dangerous, although this is all bullshit anyway, but
Right.
if you know you're the most, if you are just you don't even have to know it. The most dangerous person in every room. You don't have to worry about how dangerous other people are.
And
You
she
see in a
frames
room full of criminals and drug addicts, they are not getting into piling their kids into a car to shoot them all.
Yeah, no, and she frames the they aren't doing that, and she
Right.
frames it as like, I need to take care of my parents. Well, Diane, what happens when you meet another man that isn't like down
Isn't
with you
into
being a
someone with parents?
caretaker?
Yeah.
You're gonna ice them? Like, Diane, have
doesn't
some
understand
self-awareness.
She's psychopathic.
I'm gonna get the sexy clip in the background here.
Was to ever, because that's what the doctor said. If this situation ever presents itself again, I can see that this is a possibility that it might happen.
What situation?
Okay, I'm never going to
Ma'am,
have children.
What situation are you
That's-
talking about?
I don't know. That's what she wrote in her report, so I didn't even know how to address it. If this situation ever happens again, I can see that it's a possibility that it might turn out the same way. I have no idea what that means. And so I have run the gamut, the scope of trying to figure out what situation. I'm postmenopausal. I'll never have children, so I'll never be out on a dark road with my children again. So that's not going to happen. I'm never going to receive a phone call and pack my children in the car and go pick up photographs ever again. So I don't really know what she said. And she didn't tell me these things to my face. She wrote the report, and so I can't ask her what they mean, but that's what she said.
According to her report, she spent over 2 hours with you. Did you have any discussion with her? Were you able to develop any insight from that discussion with her? Have you developed any insight from the programs you have done while in the institution over why perhaps
Yes.
you're where you are? Can you share that?
Yes.
Report?
Well, I'm trying. I don't. For all the words that I have in my vocabulary, I don't know how to explain it. I have studied anger management. I don't get angry. I don't get angry. The staff can tell you I don't flash on people. I don't get angry. So, but
This is terrible. Wait, can you hear me? I don't know. Wait,
Mhm.
yeah?
Yes.
Okay. This is terrible. Diane, if you are unable to express how you were angry and committed a murder before and have no triggers at how you're dealing with them, then there is no reason to let you out, because there's no reason for it's not happening again.
through anger management, I've learned to see triggers when other people get angry. And so I have learned, this is why I haven't been in any fights. I have learned that when I see a situation that is going to be dangerous, even though it might not be dangerous for 15 minutes, I know how to skirt around that and to avoid that kind of danger. I've taken, but I didn't have to take an anger management class to know that. Prison has been one heck of an anger management class. Everywhere around me, people are angry. In here, they fight and it's a badge of honor. It's different now. Back in the day, it wasn't like this. And the women now, it's like they kudos to each other for all the violence they can do to each other. And so this is a training ground for learning how to either become very violent and very angry, or to learn how to avoid that. And the people that are with you, when you are standing with a group of women and you see or hear or feel something, you take your group and you go someplace safe. So that's one kind of insight that I have that I certainly didn't have before. Parenting. I took the parenting class, and I taught the parenting class after I took the class. And by taking it, I was able to learn, because there's a man who teaches the class and you get his perspective, and then there are other people in his group that you are watching and you get their perspective. And then as you're doing it, your mind unconsciously says, well, I would have done this, or I would have done that, or I did this, or I did that. And so you can't help but have some introspection, because it's just the way the mind works. But then by teaching the class, then I get to hear from the women and have feedback from the women back and forth about what they've done and what they haven't done.
Ms. Downs,
So
did I hear you right? Did I hear you right that you say you taught the parenting class in the institution?
It's not the institution. It's in. It was in D2. It's a unit.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. So
yeah,
within
it's in
the
unit.
prison system, at some point, you were teaching parenting classes?
Why is this not working? Whatever, the button failed. That's going to get somebody fired. Why do you
Can
have
you
Diane
imagine-
Downs? Go ahead.
Of all the people on the face of the earth to teach a parenting class, Diane fucking Downs.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, Susan Smith was busy.
Well, Sarah Boone's her assistant. It's ridiculous.
Are you
I don't even like
kidding me?
Crochet.
Are you kidding me? Like the guy, you can hear it in his voice. He's like, wait, hold on. Wait
This
a minute."
guy's like, he tried at first to convince her to get, to participate, and now he's like, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
No, he's just so confused. He's like, what is going on in our prisons?
Yeah.
He's just tapping Diane for information. Wait a minute, can you give me the down low here? What are you
Whose
talking about?
decision was this?
Can you name the person who approved this? Yeah.
Yes, that was part of my job description. I took the
Really?
class and then I taught the class. Yes.
Really?
I took anger management and then I taught
That's
anger
real?
management. I took victims awareness and then I taught victims awareness. It was a give and a
No.
take. I
I
got
don't believe
something.
it. I don't
I
believe
gave
it.
something back, and by giving something back, they gave something back to me too. It was very interactive for all the way around. And so when you're doing those things, you can't help but learn something. You can't.
Well, I noticed that you haven't had any, since we call them DRs here in Oregon, let's just call them DRs for the purpose of the hearing. You haven't had any since 2006. And up to that point, they're fairly significant. And you're right, they weren't around necessarily fighting, but they were fairly significant around, well, there was certainly the escape. There was not following the rules and that sort of thing, but you haven't had any since 2006. What's different now since then? You made any changes you can talk about?
Maybe it's a little bit of that insight we're not talking about. I don't know.
This is your time to talk
No.
about it, though. So,
I know.
talk.
I'm old, I'm tired, and I have answers.
What are those answers?
But they're not the answers that you want. I know you're having a really hard time believing that I didn't do this, but I cannot change my reality.
this
What
when they
is
say they believe her?
real, what I know in my heart and soul to please you. And
Is this when they say they believe her?
I'm
But
sure
did
it
she
is.
really teach those classes or even take those classes? Not
Who
possible.
knows? It's prison
Not
scale. Who cares?
Yeah, that's
But
right.
but the fact that it's even mentioned as a possibility, Diane
Right?
Downs teaching a parenting class.
I mean, why? First of all, I have another question. Why are they teaching a parenting class in prison?
For when
How
they get
soon is-
released.
Getting out, though, really? Like, yeah, I guess.
I mean, most of them are convicted of doing harm to their children. So,
well, not to their
You gotta-
children, but doing harm in general. Some people are only in there for 5 years. So, okay. Yeah. I get it, I guess. But you'd think they would have professionals teaching this. I don't think they have the prisoners take the class and then teach the class. That's pushing it. That's not a good idea.
all right, want to hear the sexy samples? Oops, no, that's not it.
Pretty
Not very
sexy.
sexy.
Very sexy.
That's not it. What the hell? That didn't
Well-
work.
That's what happens when you try to be sexy. It has to just come to you.
Okay, I'll find them.
so I'm going to have to answer you based on what I know is real for me.
Well,
The only
let
thing
me
that
be
has
blunt.
ever
Ma'am, let me be blunt. We're not
Yes.
here for you to please us, and we're here to find out and hear from you why you're not.
Here we go.
Bend down.
Oh, yeah. So, is this silk?
Yeah, and then I've got all of it.
And here comes our copyright strike.
I did it in
Yep.
separate clips. So I figured like that would be different.
If we get a copyright strike on this, I swear to God, I'm going to find you and kill you.
Construct.
Because they're
They
under
would,
8
and they
seconds.
will.
They're under 8 seconds.
Dangerous or not a danger. We have a decision to make. Okay, so you don't worry about pleasing us or saying anything. We want to hear the truth and what you honestly believe. That's what we're here for. So, go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate that. When I came
Okay, if we get copyright strike, I will send you a check for the earnings on this stream of $3.98.
to prison,
It's the earnings on your stream.
Oh.
I love to act like I'm rolling such big money. I don't care about the money. That's not the point. It's the content.
Suma's getting approached by like SpaceX and stuff and be like, yo, we want to do
First of
$100
all,
million
don't
ad
even
campaign.
start. Don't ask who's approaching me on things. A lot of people, big people. The
Big
FBI,
people. Big
guys.
names. FBI guys, you know.
Yeah.
They're like
Rick?
they're approaching you with recruitment videos for ICE and stuff. They're like, hey,
Rick?
every
Not
sign
ICE.
up, every sign up that uses your
No, they're just-
sign up
they're
code
contacting me
Suma.
personally on a private level.
Out of what?
Private level.
Oh, on private level. They're calling.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Rick,
Silent Rick is calling you,
right?
saying, hey, you want these
Wayne
pictures? You want
and
the
support.
pictures?
my goal was to find, not to get out of prison.
So here's what she's going to explain, that she wasn't actually getting out of prison. She wasn't breaking out of prison to break out of prison. Here we go.
Ever.
No.
Ma'am, let me be blunt. We're not here for you to please us. And, you know, we're here to find out and hear from you why you're not dangerous or not a danger. We have a decision to make. Okay, so you don't worry about pleasing us or saying anything. We want to hear the truth and what you honestly believe. That's what we're here for. So, go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate that. When I came to prison, my goal was to find, not to get out of prison. I don't want to
That's where you're finding all those appeals, right?
sound sassy here, but I left prison once before.
It wasn't. He didn't leave. You escaped.
So if I wanted to leave prison while I was in Oregon, I didn't have to wait 3 years to do it. I waited.
Oh, suck it. She didn't have to wait. She was like a Superman there with the handcuffs on and in front of the government guys, and then breaking them, being like, no, now I want to leave.
I don't think so, bitches.
Yeah.
Waited 3 years because I was looking for information. And I can tell by the look on your face that this offends you somehow.
No, it's not. I guarantee the look on his face is like, what are you saying? I could break out at any time I wanted.
I apologize for that. I don't say it to be offensive. But the way that I left prison, I was there 3 years before I escaped. If escaping prison was my goal, I could have certainly done that within the first year or the first 6 months. I wanted information. I wanted to know who murdered my daughter. And since I believed that it was somehow connected to the drug houses that Rick sent me into, what better place for me to get information than from the people that used to frequent those houses?
And then I found out there was a guy on the outside that was married to somebody on the inside I was staying with, and he was 6 blocks down the street, and he had a dick.
Up and down.
The drug addicts that lived and went to those houses. So my whole goal all of these years has simply been to find the man that murdered my daughter. And as I have done this.
What about the one that shot? You don't care about the shooting the kids? Yeah, that's bygone.
It has been-
Let bygones be bygones.
That is my whole focus.
Begons be beguy guns.
Beguy be gones, beguy be gones.
For all these years, that has been my focus. When I am met with obstacles, I sit back, I retire, I watch, I listen, or I engage. I either actively ask questions, which makes people very angry at me, which puts me on heightened awareness, which makes me feel a little more stressed out. And it also, because I'm stressed, the staff watch everything that I do because of my escape in Oregon. And so when I'm stressed, the staff becomes stressed and they can't help but respond, which then in turn makes the inmates respond. It's a huge washing machine of emotions in this prison.
Lay
Okay,
with your body.
2006. I finally got my answers. I'm no longer having to actively pursue and hunt and analyze and look for the answers that I've been looking for. And so it has allowed me to become the person that I am.
It's interesting. She no longer needs answers, right? But what do we hear 10, 15 years later? She's still searching for the answers, writing the FBI.
Yeah, and then, right.
Which is peaceful, quiet, calm, laid back. I really, if you people could see me in my natural element, the only time you ever see me is when I'm on TV and I'm pursuing leads, when I'm chumming the waters for the shark. When I see myself on TV, it is to incite people to want to contact me with information.
What?
I swear to God.
You're gonna what?
If you're found dead, come.
She's gonna murder.
I did it.
You're gonna be found in the back of a Nissan.
It's just on the it's just principle at this point. Like I don't care
But
really,
the staff
you know.
Back
see
of a
me around
Ford
here.
Fiesta.
But when it doesn't get copyright struck, then you owe me an apology.
I'm by
No?
myself pulling weeds, or I'm helping somebody carry a bag of groceries to their unit, or I'm sitting and tutoring somebody so they can pass their GED, or I'm listening to somebody cry because they can't get home to see their kids, or that is me in my natural element. But you don't see that when I'm on television, because on television, I'm looking for answers and clues. And since 2006, I haven't needed to, well, actually since 2005, I haven't needed to do that. And so I don't have
Oh my God. Lots of opinions. Says she gonna Brian Walsh me?
to be provocative as far as asking questions that I know are going to put people on edge and send them running to the phone to call somebody who's going to call somebody else who's going to call somebody else. That's what I've been doing all these years. If I see somebody and hear that somebody has said something that is somehow connected to what happened to us, I will say things that literally could put me in grave danger. I will say something to that person innocently and crazy and with that really naive kind of a dingy kind of dorky way that I have of just hysterically running around and doing these things. And then they will run to the phone really quick and they will call somebody. And then they will call somebody, I assume, because with that, shortly after that, I'll get a slew of letters. And somewhere in there was some answers, but somewhere out there was people who knew the answers that it
I don't know what she's saying, Blue River. I don't know.
had activated. And I haven't had to do that. I can just be the mellow, old, normal me that nobody has ever seen.
Yep.
That's convenient that nobody's
Let's
ever
shift to a
seen
different
how it
topic.
would mellow you.
I like this transfer. Let's switch to a different topic.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is this guy isn't even doing the okay anymore. He's just
Yeah. No, he's been like, but it's funny because all the questions, it's the same answer, rambling the entire time, right? It's all about the people out there with the guys and the FBIA and the FOIPAs and the
the poopas and the fanny packs and
FOIPA.
I've never seen her mellow. No. Observation station.
Have you talked with them about that recently?
Yeah. They were here August 29th. And as far as I know, the last I heard from my parents, they had just put in new carpeting. My parents they live I hate doing this with your whole Chemeketa Community College auditorium full of people who now know where to go and stand outside the door and go, is Diane in there? Can she come out and talk to us?
Talk about you, Diane.
Nobody is wanting you to come out and talk to them. They want
Hell
to yell
no.
at you. I would not want to ask Diane any questions. I would
No
just be
one's
yelling
thinking
at
about her because there's no mystery here.
I might get a first question out of be like, why are you so stupid?
I would just want to know, how did you get laid so much?
And that bothers me. But in August 29th, when
You walked right into that
You
one.
yeah,
Well,
you did.
Like, if he didn't do it, I would be disappointed.
You would be disappointed,
Yeah.
right? Be like, that was a perfect.
I mean, how do you
setup.
not?
You left it hanging out over the middle of the plate.
Handed it to
Fastball, change up. Just go in the yard with it.
When my parents came to visit, they live on a farm, and they have a garage out back behind that has an apartment over the garage. And when they were here on August 29th, they had renewed the carpeting. They did this before my last board hearing 2 years ago. They usually rent the apartment out. They evicted their tenants. They put new carpeting in. They got new furniture. They got a new TV and everything.
That's really stupid. You're evicting your tenants that are paying you money and refurnishing things for your daughter who's in prison for the rest of her life. Dumb.
Else. It is a big apartment that I.
Rest in peace. Hear me out. My misery is God comedy. What? I'm dying? Oh my God. Am I dying? Oh, because Sue's going to kill me.
I could have. They also said, if you would like to live in the house,
Confidence in me.
you can have the bedroom on the east wing.
The East Wing. I love this. The East Wing. Her parents are not in some kind of god mansion. The East Wing.
Look, take it easy.
Maybe her
Wing.
parents are billionaires or millionaires or something. Do they have an East Wing? What is this castle that the Downs family is living in? You can have the East Wing of Downs Estates. What are you talking about? Because she said there's also a little apartment. So they've got this little apartment built over a garage behind the mansion? What?
Ridiculous.
The East Wing.
They said, because their reasoning was they're trying to imagine.
If they're millionaires, why are they renting out an apartment?
Like, you don't want space to be wasted.
Just come on. Come on, Diane. Oh.
Imagine what it's been like for me.
Oh yeah, she is royalty. That Meowfie said, excuse me, she's royalty, right?
Yes, yes.
So she's
King
possibly
Michael of
talking
Romania.
about the King of Romania in the East Wing. So not necessarily your biological parents.
Right.
This is East Wing of
She's
the
talking
castle.
about the King of Romania.
Yes.
Danced with her. You dined with her.
I don't sweat.
I don't sweat.
Yeah. Where is it?
Peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat.
To live in an 8-man cell, 4,000 women for all these years. Am I going to
So now we got back to the video. So this was this part we've already seen. Sorry, my son is playing trumpet.
need the security of living with my parents and knowing that there's somebody right there? Or am I going to want the freedom emotionally to have my own place that I can call my own without having to worry about 7 roommates right there and vying for the sink and the toilet and the shower and everything else? They don't know. They are trying to cover all bases so that they're letting me know that I have the option of choosing for myself, that I can live alone or I can live with them, whatever makes me most comfortable.
So that's it. That entire long-winded minute and a half could have been said, they're happy for me to live there, or I could live away, whatever I want. That's it.
Well, you know what to me it sounds like? It sounds like your parents are scared of her. Like, whatever you want. You want to live in the apartment? Or you want to live in the house? What
Her
can we
parents are
do?
scared of her. She tried to kill all of her children.
What will make you happy, Diane? We don't want to get you upset.
My parents would have stopped answering the phone a long time ago if this was the
Yeah.
situation. I mean, forget
Plus, didn't they say she's adopted?
it. She's not,
Yeah.
but that would piss them off too.
Well, good. I know
So, yeah, we talked about that. Oh.
you've had conversations about your needs, but have you thought about their needs? Because your case obviously has attracted some
Fuck their
attention.
needs.
What's wrong with a 55-year-old woman moving back in with her parents in the East Wing? Okay.
Now, if it was in the main ballroom or the main residence,
Right.
I
where
could
they're trying
understand.
yes, right? You know, so that this is kind of an inconvenience, right? But the East Wing,
East Wing,
guest rooms,
She's so quirky.
She's so quirky. Yeah, it's so fun-loving, quirky.
Crazy.
So funky.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I assume they're going to have to split the servants' time at this point as well, right? With her in the East Wing.
Diane needs to be serviced.
The house staff.
That's the truth.
Serviced?
You cannot have any male on that staff. You know what it's reminding me of is the banjos with Owens, like where it's just like a suggestion of it every time we mention anything.
Yeah, exactly. The banjo.
How will it be for them with all the potential attention that you living with them might bring upon them? Have you thought about their needs in this?
Other people? Why would you think about the other people? What are you talking about, dude?
Yes. Every time I call home, I ask them, can we please move? I want them to move to another place. When I used to file legal work back before I finally got my answers, and you check and see when my legal work all stopped. It's when I finally got the answers and I was finally able to calm down and just be me again, about 2005. But back in the day when my dad would file, I would write everything. My dad would type it. My mom would copy it, and she would do the filing for all of my legal work. Well, my dad, on the filing page, that's the certificate of mailing, you have to sign your name. My dad would always put his address. So everybody knows where my parents live. And so
and yet they've managed to live for 30 years, 25 years at this point without being murdered.
Time I would talk to
she was locked up.
My parents on the phone, not every time. At least once a month when I talk to my parents on the phone, I would say, please, can we move someplace else?
That's very inconvenient, Diane.
I would like to live someplace else.
Especially when they've already got their mansion.
And their answer is new phone, who dis?
New phone, who dis?
Where nobody can find you, because people are going to be coming by the house all the time, wanting to peek in the windows, wanting to heaven knows what. And I don't want us to have to deal with heaven knows what. My dad's 80. He had a stroke 2 years ago. He's very thin. He's lost 30 pounds. He stumbles. He falls. My goodness gracious, when they were here in August, his whole arm was bruised. I was scared to death that my mom was going to be arrested for battery of an elder and I asked, what happened to you? My mom says he falls now.
Worried her mom's going to be arrested for battery of an elder.
Yeah.
Good idea to suggest.
And I do not want my parents.
Okay, tear up. Here we go, Diane. Tear up.
To have to worry about when my mom has to go out and get groceries because she can't get my dad to go in the car. It's easier for my dad to just stay at home. I don't want my mom to have to worry about when she has to go grocery shopping. Is somebody at the end of Quarter Mile Road going to be there throwing tomatoes?
Well, like it's the French Revolution. What the hell are you talking about,
like
Diane?
Old time vaudeville where tomatoes.
Yes, they're throwing tomatoes. They're throwing rotten apples.
Rotten cabbages, yeah.
Oh. Hey, ma'am, get out of this neighborhood.
Get off the stage. You suck.
We want you out of here.
The car or wanting a signature, or can you sign my book? Or
okay, so are they asking for signatures because they're fans, or are they throwing rotten fruit because they hate you?
It's just the whole notoriety,
Everything.
the whole fame thing is the problem.
It's so weird, like Diane's imagination of what is the outside world is like, that people are out here throwing rotten fruit and eggs and stuff like that.
I feel like she starts out trying to pose it like her infamy is going to cause them to be put in danger, and she starts to cry a little bit about that. But then, her real imagination takes over, and she's like,
yes,
and then
exactly.
And
I'm going to be signing footballs all weekend.
Paparazzi, and then I'm going to go to Hollywood, and
I have arthritis. I can't sign all these player cards. I can't sign all these jerseys and footballs and all these photo headshots of glamour.
Exactly. And then they're going to want me to do nude photos and
Oh, they did. She claims someone did want her.
Whatever.
Of course, they probably did actually.
Diane Downs After Dark.
I don't
want
your body, and so I would ask then please just move. And it wasn't until May of this year when it was finally time. They know by ORS 144.228 that
144.2.8, that doesn't apply to me at all.
But as an example, Sarah Boone, I don't think would know any of the numbers, any of the anything. She probably doesn't even know. She might know her inmate number, but I'm not sure.
Well, I just love how much these like sob sits and criminals and they love quoting numbers. They love quoting numbers because the way I feel is the entire world to them has been confusing that these people can remember numbers like their address and like a phone number, right? And they're like, oh
right.
yeah, well I can rattle off 9 numbers too. It's 441-44445, right? And they're like, I'm just as smart as you. When they don't understand that she's being tried under this civil code, it's not about being smart, Diane. But all of these stupid people, they just love quoting numbers because they think that it gives them some kind of authority.
Can't even do that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think she even knows the numbers.
Yeah.
Let me lick you up and down.
my parole date was May 9th. And so in April, my mom said,
Your parole date is not May 9. This is December. This is November or December of 2010. So what is she talking about?
I've decided we're going to move and not tell the kids where we're going.
What about the staff?
I said, okay. But so my parents finally said yes, that they will move. Right. Unfortunately, for me to move, I have to tell you guys where I'm moving, and it's the same as telling the media where I'm moving, and telling the media is telling the wackos. Because
let's hear. Tell us about the Kookaloos.
Somehow the wackos always seem to know everything. And the only thing that I can ask is, please, if you do parole me and you allow us to transfer to another state, someplace, please don't tell anybody where we are. I mean, it's the only way that I can keep my parents safe. I'm not worried. Come on, I live with 4,000 of the worst people in humanity, and it's a washing machine. It keeps turning over and turning over.
You're at the top of the list.
In California, we parole 11,000 people a day.
You're at the top of the list of the worst people. People like go for that number one sweepstakes, right? But they're like, Diane's in the top 10.
They're like, you know what I didn't do? Shoot my kids in my car. That's what I didn't do.
Yeah. I trafficked heroin, bricks of heroin for years, and I got 250 years prison time. You know what I didn't
robbery, do? A gun was involved. Someone got murdered, but you know what I didn't? My kids are still alive.
I didn't kill my own kids.
Yeah.
Diane, you disgust me. Says what's the guy's name? El Chapo's like, Diane, you are a terrible human being. Okay.
The only person not disgusted by her is Susan Smith.
Like, I know, it's just so confusing. The voice so much. And I can't. I'm scared for you.
I think all these girls want to do is fuck married guys. We just don't have kids. I don't get it. Like, I just don't.
I'm saying, I'm so sorry for what I did. The boys are.
It sounds the same too.
The boys my whole life.
A year, and they come right back. So I'm not concerned about my safety, but my parents are old.
So keep yourself in prison if you're worried about your parents' safety.
If you think that it's better for me to parole someplace and never see my parents, and never see my parents again, and that's the only way to keep them safe, then I would do that. But I don't want to not see my parents again. I love my parents.
Really? That's new, because last we heard you had a horrible childhood and your father was raping you all the time. And also, you're never getting parole, so just relax.
But if you don't want me to see you, I'll do this Mrs. Smith voice. You don't want to see my parents.
I wish that right then they would bring up to her, well, why did you say this? Although she's got a story for that too. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's my attorney told me, and I looked at him. I said, "I'm upset."
I would never say that about my father.
My dad needs me to take care of him. He's 80 and he falls. He's a big man. My mom's a little woman. She doesn't, when it finally comes time to start bathing him and taking care of him.
With your body, baby.
Disgusting. Why did you do that, Derek?
I'll lick your clit.
What? Oh my God. I don't think we can have you back. This is a family show.
Yeah, I
We don't think
understand
we can have you back.
that. Take off my clothes.
Come on. But this is what
checked
about
under his
Diane.
bed for Diane Downs.
Well, this is what we're talking about, Diane. You're going to have your parents who are going to be depending on you, according to this, right? And so when they become an inconvenience because you find some man that will be able to bone a 55-year-old ex-felon,
My mom isn't going to be
you're going to get rid of him.
able to do that by herself. Sending me someplace away from my parents would not be good for them.
That'd be the best thing for them.
If they want
I
to,
can
which at this point they probably don't even care about.
They don't even know she's having a parole hearing today. They're
That's
like,
right. They're like,
they're
she's
gonna
never getting out. We don't have to
they're
worry about
like,
it.
Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Downs, I know you were planning on welcoming your daughter home today, but she was rejected. Like, parole?
Yeah, we weren't even going to answer the phone because we thought it was her. So that's fine.
You were going to let her out? Oh my God.
Are you kidding? No one even called us about this.
do it. I can do it. I've certainly dealt with, I've lost my children.
No, you killed your children. You killed one of your child and then shot the others. And that's why you lost them. It's not really losing them. It's forfeiting them based on your behavior.
When somebody takes your children from you, taking your parents is, what's next?
Well,
But my parents
Up and down.
really need me.
that's not sexy, Suma. I don't think Suma understands the joke.
And so if you're gonna
Sexy? Really?
What? You don't understand the sexy joke.
I know what you're saying.
parole me someplace to hide me like you did Janice, well, like the others did Janice Freeman, that's great. But hide my parents too, please. It was back in 84.
Oh, relax.
I didn't even-
Nobody has to be hidden except for you from all the other innocent people.
Yeah. I didn't even mean to hit that button, but
I saw the eyebrow. It was back in 85. Janice Freeman, when they paroled her, they didn't tell the media where she was. And if you're going to do that for me, do it for my parents. Don't do it for me. Do it for my parents, because they do not need the kookaloos.
There we are. Kookaloos. Go ahead.
For them to tell the court or the parole board where her parents moved to.
Wait, what?
That's what she's arguing about right now.
Yeah, she wants privacy. She wants basically witness protection program.
Yeah, she doesn't want anyone to know where she escapes to.
She's so protective of the vulnerable people that she loves, you see.
Yes. Trying to find a cure. Thank you. I appreciate that. May I ask, Mr. Parole Board Man, are you married?
Right. And can I have a hug?
And I know.
I've never heard kookaloos outside of Diane Downs. Is that somebody? Is that a?
I've heard it.
You've heard it?
There's someone. There's a site. There's a channel. She uses kookaloos. It's
like Haltree.
Word
it's like
studies.
It's like
it's a word. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Oh, there you go. There's some insight. This is what insight has done, because I know what kookaloos. I live with kookaloos every day. I've become inured to it. You don't ever get used to kookaloos. But
remember when she wasn't going to talk?
Has cuckaloos. That's different, though.
Remember when she wasn't going to talk 50 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Walsh has cuckaloos.
Yeah, that's a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gross.
But you learn how to survive them. My parents don't know how. My parents don't. My mom will do the same thing that I did back in 83.
Kill you? She's going to shoot you? She's gonna shoot her kids? Oh, hold on. That's not what she means.
She'll get a phone call and she'll go out to meet somebody.
Are you gonna be in the back seat? Are you gonna be shot by them?
My parents. Please don't parole me away from my parents. They need me. They as much as
Well, apparently they don't, because they're still living, right? They've managed to live 2.5 decades without you. So they don't need you.
you think I'm a danger to them simply because of the kookaloo factor?
No, because
that's not a thing.
It's not the kookaloo factor. It's the Diane Downs factor.
They're not worried about the other crazy people. They're worried about you.
They're worried about you, Diane. You are the danger factor.
Even the kookaloos aren't trying to shoot and kill their own kids. That's
Yeah, the kookaloos are like, hey, have some, that's not
doing?
cool.
Yeah,
I'm not going to shoot a kid. Like, they're like, whoa.
To find someone who's going to do that?
they're like,
The dick?
And she shoves her parents in front of herself, and the kookaloos is like, whoa, that's over the line. What are you doing? We're not animals.
For real, though.
If the kookaloo can't find me, they'll go to my parents. They will.
Yeah, so this is why she can't be paroled without them, right? For safety, because they'll go to the kookaloo. The kookaloos will go to her parents and say, "Where's Diane? We need to find her."
They will.
Ma'am,
They'll do whatever it takes because I know what they do in here.
Miss Downs, I'm
gonna have to direct you back to the question, because this is.
Look at those. Oh, there they are. Those two broads that we were just talking about.
I mean, they look like they're straight out of Portlandia. Like, this is the Oregon Parole Board, but they look like it's Fred Armisen wearing
also,
wigs.
Everything about them, their hair, the way they're positioned,
the jacket.
Just, it's like they're mirror images of each other. And this
They
guy,
might even be twin sisters. It looks like they get.
well, one is, yeah.
Let me lick you up and down.
They exude sexuality.
Yeah, they do.
here
And
that you've
so
been
does
able to
he.
keep your relationship up with your parents. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, she's. Sorry, just getting some tissue.
No.
I need some tissue.
Stop it. Oh, God.
Just like Lauren. Oh, I'm gonna take my headset off. It's like I gotta blow my nose.
I didn't think I was going to need these this time. Thank you.
No, I didn't think I
Take your time.
promised myself I wouldn't cry.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Okay.
What was that?
So you've been able to maintain parents. Any other relationships that you've been able to maintain that you'd like to share with that might help you if you release in the community?
Up and down.
Sexual
Are you involved
relationships?
in a romantic relationship at all? Any friendships or anything?
No, none that.
Friendships?
Fuck.
What are you talking about? No, I haven't had sex with any recently. No, a friendship. Yeah, I just said I haven't had sex with it. No, friendship. What?
None that take me there. None.
None that take me there. What the hell is that?
None that I would need. No. No.
Do you have any friends in the institution?
Look at that face.
People you trust?
She's moaning a lot.
Miss Wheeler
right
asked
now,
me that
and
last time. And that friend is a hard word in prison.
Well, best I can come up with.
I don't have.
Use any words you want.
Okay, I have a lot of acquaintances in prison. There are a lot of people. I get along with almost everybody. But friends to me are somebody that it goes deeper. A friend is somebody that you communicate with, that you write to,
Damn
that
it.
you call.
I screwed that up. Hold on.
A friend is somebody who you hook up with a sweet
No, a
horse
friend-
adoption.
A friend goes deeper.
Best I can come up with.
I don't have.
Use any words you want.
Okay, I have a lot of acquaintances in prison. There are a lot of people. I get along with almost everybody. But friends to me are somebody that it goes deeper.
Fletcher said she had to escape to have a friend.
A friend is somebody that you communicate with, that you write to, that you call, that you go shopping with, that you hang out with, you go to the park with. And there's nobody here that I would call a friend.
Well, you're not doing any of those things. So what are you talking about, Diane?
I'm always kind of interested, not surprised, but like it's interesting who gets gay for the stay and who doesn't. You know what I mean?
Oh. Well, I imagine gay for the stay, they're already thinking that way. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand how you become, I don't know.
Well, things get lonely, I think. And also there's a whole social thing where you can get, you know, I think that depending on who you get gay with, who you hook up with, there could be
all right
advantages.
Okay.
I don't know.
So well, the bull queers might give me some, you know, preferential treatment.
What was she talking about in the last parole hearing? The bull.
Yeah,
the
the whole situation she said she was ridiculous.
She said she was a femme, and they were
a bull femme.
No, they were
Bud Muffin.
Let me lick you up.
I forget what the name that she gave the other. She was not a stud, like a.
It was like maybe it was stud, a bull stud or something.
Yeah, maybe it was bull stud, something like that. She's a bull stud.
Up and down.
Hi, Rhonda.
Yeah, it's not bull queer, it's bull stud, or
she said some stupid word for it that was like I never heard. Of course, I never heard before. But
yeah,
Butch, I don't know.
Butch something, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a handsome woman.
But I don't.
Maybe she said bull, something like bull.
Say that I'm not lonely. I mean, I don't say that so woe is me, because it's not like that. I have a lot of acquaintances.
A woe is me kind of thing.
I have support. I have encouragement. But I wouldn't call them friends. Friend isn't a word that you use lightly. Well, not for me, it isn't.
Now,
oh, she said they have stud cards. Yeah, stud. It was a stud something. Stud queen, like that kind of thing.
They sent the board a couple of letters containing some advertisements.
What the hell? You sending them horse coupons now?
Recall those letters? Why did you send us those letters, and what point are you trying to make?
Yeah, Suma has some kind of weird ass siren going on. I'm gonna mute you for a second, Suma. As soon as your siren goes off. Okay, there we go. Well, we all know Suma lives in the shady side, the underbelly of New York.
What did you call it once? Whatever barrio you're living in?
Yeah, what barrio are you in? My barrio.
Ooh. There's this silly.
Well, the guy jerking off upstairs like, I'm gonna hurt you tonight, yelling at his own dick. You're not getting away with this. No. Yes, no.
I used to live next to this guy who was like very verbal when he would, you know, be alone. What was it that Derek said?
Well, no, we're referring to when you send us that audio clip of the guy going, yes. We're like, no. Like, what does the guy do?
Oh, the guy in this building. Yeah, I think he was. I fucking hate that guy.
There was another guy.
Yeah, this was a while ago when I lived in a different apartment, and I lived next to this guy who would talk to himself when he was, as Derek says, DJing his own party.
Oh yeah, and, DJing your own party.
You know, he was like would sexy talk to himself, and I had my cousin over when we woke up to it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah." my cousin goes, "Oh yeah." I mean, you can hear it. Obviously, the walls were very thin. She was like, "Oh yeah, really?" Like, and I was like, "I have to live here, first of all, and also, thank you because he'll never have another erection again after that."
Girl, Rebecca Babcock.
The silly girl, her daughter.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Diane.
When Rebecca Babcock first started writing to me in 2006, in August of 2006, she claimed to be my daughter, and I knew she wasn't.
You gave birth to her.
But she claimed to be my daughter. And
You gave birth to her. In fact, Diane, we all saw you pregnant with her during your trial because you could not be pregnant.
like I said, I've been looking for answers for a long time. And so anytime something extreme like that comes across under my door in the form of mail, I pay attention to it. So I wrote back to her.
Mail, M-A-L-E.
And I said, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if you really were my daughter? Gosh, we've been separated for so long. Tell me all about yourself. Tell me all about your family. Tell me all about your friends.
And Rebecca Babcock regrets writing her because she's a monster.
Yeah.
But Diane's going to reframe it as, no, I didn't want to write. I don't want to talk to this person.
Because I
never want to do any of it.
I never even got a chance to kill her.
Sarah Boone never wanted to drink or smoke.
Right.
Up to this because I knew she wasn't my daughter.
A human tooth.
Well, she wrote and she goes, oh, well, what she wrote was, I'm your daughter. I think I'm your daughter because this person told me that I'm your daughter. Who's my daddy?
Well, that would fit with the pregnancy that you had pre-trial when you do not announce your donor. Let's call it that. Right. So this qualifies.
And I wrote back the first letter and said, wouldn't it be wonderful if you were my daughter? Well,
oh, my God.
Gosh, yeah, it'd be wonderful.
Tell me
if I
all
wanted
about
to be in a mental institution, possibly the rest of my life after committing a horrible crime.
And she actually writes back like, no, actually, it'd be much better if I had any other mom than you.
Any other.
Other than maybe Susan Smith.
About yourself, what you've done, who your
or Lori Dabo.
Friends are, who your family is. And she wrote back and she goes, oh, no, I can't tell a perfect stranger about my family. And I said, well, I thought you said I was your mom's.
You are her mom biologically, but you are a stranger.
So I wrote back, I thought you said I was your mom, so we're not strangers.
Yes, you are.
And she again said, who's my daddy? And I said, I don't even know if you are Amy. If you were, I wouldn't.
Oh, right, because she named her Amy, and then she was renamed Rebecca when she was adopted by the Babcocks.
Well, she only named her Amy in her mind. Never,
right.
It was never official.
Oh, I thought it was official on the prison paperwork or something. Oh,
the
okay.
child went, oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting kids mixed up because she loved being pregnant. I was thinking of her surrogacy, not when she purposefully got knocked up before she went to prison. Yeah,
it's also so sick. Like the whole thing is so weird. Like she's always trying to get laid, but she loves to be pregnant. It's such a weird thing. Like, because the two really don't go together.
She claimed that she did not like having sex. Which
that would make sense.
Oh, come on, Diane.
Well, that would make sense to me because that's what the pregnancy thing is. Like, she's not.
No, why is she
not trying to get pregnant? You know,
too much. She's scaling 18-foot razor wire fences to go out and get dick.
She's trying to get dick, right? But that doesn't mean she's.
But is it because she actually likes the sex,
right?
Or
I think you are overthinking it. It is so obvious. Just take the answers in front. Don't.
No, you're right. Why? What would I understand about a woman and
exactly
not wanting sex? It's ridiculous.
It is. Now that we know that Derek and I both know about the sexual proclivities of women more than Suma.
Said shit.
Except for Derek was agreeing with me because he's smart.
Well, sometimes panelists are wrong. Sometimes panelists are wrong.
Here we call them.
Let me lick you up and down.
Okay, fine. So you're saying Diane's obsession with sleeping with all the married men is because she doesn't like sex. That's what you're saying.
No, not that she doesn't, but that there's another motive as well.
A deeper, more sick thing going on there.
Okay.
And she might not like sex. I don't know.
I just happen to think she's an nymphomaniac.
Okay.
Well, wait, Suma, you say, oh, I know.
I don't think
are you trying to get pregnant all the time? Are you trying to get pregnant all the time? No. Okay, so then what would you know about Diane having sex and not liking it?
Because I like sex. I'm
Okay.
childless, you'll notice.
Right. Okay, so you're saying the fact that she was always having children
Like
means
if
she doesn't
you
have
like
sex.
you're not looking to always get pregnant, including when you're in
Lick
prison and
you
all
up
that.
and down.
That's what I'm saying. What Sarah's saying.
Okay.
Tell you who
Father,
Amy's
baby.
father was. If you're not Amy, it would be an infringement upon his privacy. I asked her for the second time, because the first time I said, let's do a DNA test to find out. And she said, I don't want to do a DNA test. I just want to know who my daddy is. So the second time I asked her, let's do a DNA test. She said, no, I don't want your DNA. I want to know who my daddy is. Well, by then I knew that somebody was trying to find out, because nobody knows who Amy's father is, my youngest daughter. Nobody knows who her father is. I've never told.
So that would make complete sense that this person is trying to find out who her father is, since you've never told.
And I'm not going to tell. If he wants to tell, he can tell, but that's not my place. So we had 4 letters like this, and finally I told her, if you were Amy, somebody would be watching over you at all times.
Why?
You would be safe. But
I think it's probably that Britney Spears song right now, right? If you CK me. All the boys and all the girls are betting to F-U-C-K me.
Yeah.
That song.
there are
You don't know that song?
No.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to the syllables. All the boys and all the girls are begging to F-U-C-K me.
You mean you're asking me to understand the spelling of the word fuck? Is that what's that?
Correct.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
that's what they.
That's it. That's it.
Got it. No, that I got the first time.
No, listen, it's F-U-C-K me.
I see. Now I get it. Okay.
Now I get. Oh, the brilliance. The
Yeah.
genius.
Okay, got it.
I've never seen Epstein with a camera in my life.
people that are hunting for
Did you dance with her? Did you dine with her?
Did you dance with her? Did you dine with her? I went to Pizza Express.
Pizza Express.
I went to Pizza Express, which is unusual for me.
Yeah.
As a prince, I don't go to Pizza Express often.
So the Brits have no business, excuse me, but having a place called Pizza Express.
It was a shooting weekend.
for Amy and had been since 1986. Somebody is hunting for Amy. And if you're
Ain't nobody hunting for Amy.
Everyone's hunting.
suppose
always.
it's because I'm too noble. I have too much honor.
My problem has always been that I'm too honorable.
I'm too honorable.
Really, that's always been your problem, because according to everyone else, the problem is that you're a big schmuck.
No, but the thing is, I'm on the council for the trafficked, and you know, I never saw any behavior, you know, and I would be aware, and I never saw any of this.
How many shots do you think his mother did while watching that?
Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah.
I don't know. She was just like,
A lot.
poor Queen Elizabeth. I mean, she just
I know.
look. All of her sons turned out to be idiots and
He's the
just
worst.
major embarrassments. I mean, like,
Yes.
all you have to do is not
It's
go around.
nothing. Just
Other people.
try nothing.
Just go out and you just walk with your uniform on, and you get millions of dollars, and yet the Prince Charles is out there screwing around with Camilla Bowles. Prince Andrew is out there screwing around with Jeremy Epstein. Come on.
Jeffrey.
And then-
yeah,
Oh, wait. What did I say?
Jeremy. That's okay. We
Oh,
know
Jeffrey
him.
Epstein.
Yeah.
And then you got your two grandsons. What's the good one?
I don't. That's
The
why
one that's
There's a
the one
good
that's
one?
married
I
to
don't know
Kate
the other
Middleton.
name.
The one that's married to Kate Middleton.
He's not good either.
No, wait, hold on. Prince Harry? Is it Prince?
Yeah, he's
No, what's,
not saying they're good, but I don't know any.
no,
They're
wait, hold on,
both
hold on. The
assholes.
older one that's married to Kate Middleton.
I don't know.
I don't know. Didn't
There's
we
Prince
fight a
Harry
war
and
so I wouldn't
Prince-
have to give a shit about this?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Prince
also,
William.
who
Okay,
cares? Like,
not
just
FBI. It says Prince William. Prince William married a very respectable Kate Middleton. They're having sons. He's going to be next in line for the crown, right? And
Yeah,
then you
but
got
he's
Prince.
a piece of shit.
Hold on. Then we got Prince Harry, who's out there with the girl from Suits. What's her name? Meghan Markle, and they're out there trying to do like a leave us alone tour, right? And it's just like, come on, how come on. I don't know, why is Prince William a piece of shit? What did he do? He didn't do anything.
He's like incredibly unfaithful.
What?
Yeah.
Prince William?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't read the gossip rags like
Neither do
does.
I.
That's why I'm
knew
trying
that.
not to get involved in this conversation because I mean I know like the.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Prince William
Well, you
seemed
brought it
very
up.
good to me.
No.
Well, if he's been very good to you, then has baseball been very good to you?
Baseball.
Let me
Okay,
lick you
That might
up
be a new-
and down.
That might be a New York joke. No.
wait, you're thinking of Harry? No, Harry's the one married to Meghan Markle, right?
Correct. I think. Yes.
I don't know.
Right, Harry's the problem one. I'm talking about
No,
William, the
other
good one.
is. They're both.
They both suck. Listen, here's
They're
the thing:
both
is if you
assholes.
or me or ex-Eric was related to the royal family, and anyone followed us around with a camera for a day, we would suck too.
Listen.
Yes.
All I do is I sit and I imagine my wedding day being like the princess. Even though I'm already married and I'm a man, I sit.
Let me lift you up and down.
Down.
All right,
You know.
we're gonna get through the rest of this video. Then it's like 10 minutes left, and then we're gonna save this part 2 tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're asking us. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
for a change.
Well, I'm not really asking. I'm asking for acknowledgement.
I acknowledge what you said.
I hear what you're saying, and I think we would like to internalize this conversation and express.
Not Amy, then you're in danger and you need to get away from the people that are putting you up to doing this. Those are the letters that I wrote. I wish she would provide those letters to you, but of course she's not going to. But those were the letters that were written. And she, every time she refused to do a DNA, she goes, oh, I wouldn't trust you with my DNA. And I told her, you don't have to trust me. My DNA is on file in Sacramento. Just do the DNA test there. No, I don't want to do a DNA test. I want to know who's my daddy.
And who knows how much DNA is reposited in her vagina.
Don't.
I said, my best guess is your daddy is the one who hurt my children.
Oh my God. Well, then why don't you name him to the authorities since you're the only one that knows it? But you're not going to do that, right? Because this is another crazy story from you, Diane. This is why you're never getting out.
That's who your daddy is. And that's what I told her. By this time, I knew she was a better con than I was an investigator, and I cut it off. She says she cut it off. She can tell it that's fine. She can tell it that way if she wants. I don't care. But I know she's not my daughter. But I believe someone was putting her up to it. So when she went on 2020, then she went on... she went in the magazine, that Glamour magazine, and then somebody down here in Los Angeles contacted me, EI or something like that.
She says EI. That's got to be E, right? E exclamation point. Like E network that she's talking about?
Oh, yeah. E exclamation. E.
Yeah, E network encore. She's saying it's something like EI. What a moron.
Weepa.
She went in the magazine, that Glamour magazine, and then somebody down here in Los Angeles contacted me, EI or something like that, contacted me and asked me to do a story with Rebecca Babcock. And I said no. And then she did Oprah. I thought,
Oh, I see, Suma. 10 minutes is 2 hours.
oh my gosh, this girl is getting in over her head. So I wrote to
No,
I'm so
10 minutes
sorry.
really, it can be like an hour.
I'm
with
so
Yeah, I mean, if we're
sorry.
I'm
I'm so sorry to have kept everyone here hostage with their boredom of this stream.
you and sit.
That wasn't a complaint. That was a hope, a dream.
Because I wanted to make it
Oh, you want it to be 2 hours. You
You
wanted to
danced
say
with her. You dined with her.
you danced with her. You dined with her. Well, here's the thing. I've never been on the second floor of the house. So that couldn't be me.
Yet I recognize it in the photo.
Yet I somehow... okay.
Plain. She is in danger. Whoever is putting her up to this is a threat to her, because if they don't get what they want, I know what they did to my children. And if they don't get what they want, they may hurt her. Right now, every time she does an interview,
Well, I thought you said she wasn't your daughter.
she says, Diane Downs is my mommy. Do you think I'm a monster?
What's with this mommy daddy shit? It's grossing me
Yeah,
out.
I would like to see the interview, and I would like to see Rebecca Babcock saying, Diane Downs is my mommy.
Yeah.
I mean, she said probably mother.
Willikers, lady.
Or this never happened.
Is it on my first birthday card? Yeah.
Oh, gee, Willikers.
We're building a soapbox race down the street. We're going to have a race tomorrow night. You want to come see Miss Diane?
Too. Every single interview. And if something
I'm going to get a nickel if I sweep the chimney tomorrow.
horrible happens to
Why did you send us those letters? That was my question.
Right. Just trying to remember my original question.
Wait, why did you send that to us, Diane?
because last time when we had our parole board hearing, I was told that everything that I wrote was put on the internet. And I don't know if it's true, but that's what I was told, that the parole board stuff is public record and that it's put on the internet.
Not that I've seen.
Now, I don't know if you did it or somebody, I don't know how it happened, but I figured if I wrote you this, then it would be broadcast across the internet. This girl is not my daughter. I'm not claiming her. I will never claim her. Therefore, if somebody hurts her, they're not getting anything out of it.
Ah. So she's playing 4D chess. She's like, look, do not hurt her because you're not going to get the information out of me because I don't give a out this girl. She's not my daughter. I was about to do. I was about to do my 300 narrator voice reading. I don't know. It's
Go do it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm ready for battle. I can fight. I'm ready for battle. Immortals, we put their name to the test.
I did it to protect her. And I didn't care if it made me look like I was being extreme. To me, protecting her little boy is more important to me than worrying about people thinking that I'm extreme. Come on, I spent all these years looking like a ditzy dingbat on the TV just so that I could chum the water.
So
I wanted the people to know, not to hurt her.
What is chum?
So you believe that the man that hurt your children in 1983
Sorry, what did you say?
Just she keeps using the word chum, and I feel like that. I thought that was a dirty word, but
I associate it as a fishing word.
okay. Well, that's probably what it is. Me too.
Or-
Then.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
We did
I
what
don't
we
know a
were
lot about
trained to
fishing.
do, what we were bred to do, what we were born to do.
is the father of this girl, this woman, I mean?
I told her that it's possible. I don't know though. I don't know, or if it's a whole different group. I don't know. I'm on the inside, only getting pieces of information, most of which are not true. But all I know is that she's not my daughter, and that somebody's putting her up to this. And how many people can hate me? I mean, I'm not that important. I mean, how many different factions can there be out there that think they can get a chunk of $50,000 flesh? I don't know. But I don't know who's put her up to it. And somebody has, because she wasn't even born when this happened. And yet she's just right there. She just at me. And but she won't take a DNA test, which means she knows she's not my daughter. She knows it. And that was the whole point that I was trying to make in the letter. If I had simply said, and I suppose I could have, Rebecca Babcock knows she's not my daughter. She refuses to take a DNA test. Here, put this online. I suppose I could have done that. But then you would have said, who's Rebecca Babcock? Because she's not that important to you. But
Really,
I needed...
ultimately, none of that has anything to do with the legal questions squarely in front of the board today, does it?
Nothing. None of it. I just simply knew that you guys put things online, or somebody did. I don't know who's doing it, so it's unfair of me to judge you and say that you're doing it. Somebody is putting it online, and that was the only way. I can't, if I was to send this letter and say, could you please put this online, nobody's going to. But if they think that they've stolen it from the board, then it goes online. I just wanted the owners, I wanted Rebecca Babcock's handlers to not hurt her, because there's not going to be any money in it for them. They're not going to be able to make a movie. They're not going to make a sequel. They just leave the girl and her little boy alone.
Okay. Well, I just want to make a statement that nearly all of the board.
I just want to make a statement that this is crazy ass shit.
You're nuts. You're never getting out of here, ever.
You are never getting out.
Documents, are public documents. Some of them are confidential by law. We don't put things on the internet. Some things are on the internet. We don't spread things around the internet. But just so you know. And
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm about at the end of my.
All right. Well, since nobody commented on how terrible my 300 quote was, I think what I need to do now is just narrate the 300 quote with my own.
There's no winning with you.
Well, no, nobody told me it was terrible. I was expecting, people to say like, that's dog
that
shit.
wouldn't have stopped you if they told you you were terrible.
Yeah, well, I kept doing it. But hold on. Okay, so this is the final scene from 300. And the narrator's saying there, let me, hold on a second.
I don't even know what Final 300 is, so.
It's not Final 300.
Whatever. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's not Final 300. The movie is not called Final 300.
I didn't even know it was a movie. I don't even know what you're talking about.
What a girl, huh?
300.
Right. The 300 Spartans.
Is that what this is?
Okay, hold on. Well, what was your question?
That guy who was fucking Madonna.
I hate 300, worst movie ever. All right, you ready?
I mean, no, I was ready.
Do you want to? I guess people wanted the Jaws monologue instead.
How about nothing? Just
you ever seen a shark's eyes, lifeless eyes, like a doll's eyes, dead eyes? Don't seem to be living till they bite you. And then they roll over white. And then you be hearing the screaming and the hollering. And sometimes they bite you. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they go away. Sometimes they wouldn't go away. But we delivered the bomb.
I have to
Yes,
get a
Meow,
picture
go
like
ahead.
Derek
wasn't
has,
he-
so I don't have to-
Hey guys, Chief, we weren't reported overdue for a week. It's all secret.
Hi, Katrina.
Uh,
Don't act like you're the one suffering here.
1,142 men go in the ocean that night, Chief. Only 300 are pulled out. That's why I don't wear the life jacket anymore. That moment when the plane set down, when I didn't know if I was getting rescued. Didn't want to die then. And that's why I'm not wearing the life jacket, Chief. You're going to need a bigger boat. Okay. Anyway.
Let me lick you up and down.
Am I drunk? No, I am 100% stone cold
He
sober.
can't get drunk. He doesn't want to get
I
drunk.
can't drunk. I don't want to get drunk.
I can't drunk.
I can't drunk.
I get drunk.
100% sober.
There was a comment in one of our videos a few days ago or whatever, and it was Sourpuss. I remember who made it. A very cute cat. And they were like, you both sound drunk. It was you and me. And I was like, I didn't answer, but I was thinking, first of all, we can't get drunk and we don't want to.
Yeah, we can't get drunk. All right? For somebody to think that you're drunk versus just like a comparison to me, you should be like, hey, we got to let's have Suma drive the school bus home.
I mean, I don't know who
kids.
that's more insulting to, quite frankly.
Somebody says do the Larry something speech. I don't know what that means. The Larry Vaughn speech. I don't know what that means.
I don't see it.
This ship cannot
Yeah, I don't
sink.
even see it.
She's made of iron, sir. I assure you, she can. And she will. She goes down by the 4P. 5 holds flooding. It's a matter of time.
Just want to go on record. Like I said, 10 minutes, 2 hours. And that was not meant as that was meant as a positive, not a negative.
They mostly come at night. Mostly. We're on a rocket ship to hell, going down.
So remember to subscribe.
Remember to subscribe.
Kiss your
finger. Hard eyes. Kissy face. Rose. Goodbye. We will see everyone here tomorrow night at 6:30. Do you guys want to say anything else before we leave?
I thought, are we not real? Are we done with that call?
No, we're going to part 2 tomorrow.
He stopped it midway.
We did, right?
Yeah, but he said he was. He said he
No,
was.
I thought there was still more for tonight.
No, there's another hour for tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't want to say anything else. No.
Okay. Well,
Rose.
I want to think of a quote.
Hard on.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.